Honk.
Yes, indeed. And the honk, again, will lead them. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Argonauts. Welcome, everybody, to a Saturday night stream. It is 9:50 p.m. Eastern. I hope that everybody is doing well and is looking forward to our session tonight of Dungeons & Dragons with viewers. Up the Beanstalk. That's right. Up the Beanstalk has arrived, and I'll explain why we have a little bit of a change in the original adventure that I had planned for this evening. But before I do that, just want to remind everybody about a couple of ways to support the channel. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. If you haven't done so already, please consider checking out our YouTube at !ArvTube. And thank you to those of you who are watching over there today. I appreciate that. Discord, please subscribe there too. It is free for you to do that. Discord is !ArvCord. You can hang out with the Argonauts in between streams. Blue Sky, !ArvSky. Please follow me over there. And the website for all this is arvaneleron.com. Financially, !ArvShop. That's the merchandise area. !ArvTrayon is the Patreon. We're really trying to build that back up into triple digits. That really will help do things like continue sessions like this and all that. So please do consider supporting us there. So please do that. You can get unique stuff for you and for the channel. Subbing to the channel gets you those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. So please consider doing that. And let's see on the publishing on the publishing side. Icarus is my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Library, that's my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Grayshade is my Grayshade IP, Grayshade, Renegade, and Heretic, the Grey Assassin trilogy from Athos Arts, available at that link. You can also get the audiobooks of the first two books in the series, Grayshade and Renegade. Already have sold some of those. Very excited to see those doing well by our very own Trent Sparks. Heretic, the final book in that series, will be coming out soon. So you should definitely be here to note that. That would be really great. And if you have not already done so, please consider as well pre-ordering the tabletop role-playing game of Grayshade, brought to you by our very own Brandon O'Brien, and is going to be coming out from Alligator Alley Entertainment in a couple of months. Please do pre-order that because I think you will really dig this tabletop game if you're here today for that whole tabletop thing. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage. And send the message will do so for others in that situation in the future. Quick note about stuff going on today. We have Up the Beanstalk D&D with viewers going on tonight. Then we will be off tomorrow and Monday, but I have now put together the schedule. As always, I will wait until Tuesday to be able to go over that schedule, but thanks to Triffitt's hard work and me sort of putting things together today, we have our schedule for the month of January. It is going to be busy, and it is going to feature a lot of cool stuff and setting us up for what is going to be a February to remember. We have got a lot of stuff going on in February, including launches of various campaigns. We have got the conclusion of several campaigns happening in the next couple of months as well, and a whole bunch of other stuff relating to video games. On Tuesday, we will also be premiering our next big video game of the next couple of months, probably, and that is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Very excited for that. And we'll be playing more Breath of Fire 4 over on GOG.com's Twitch channel. We've also got your first community D&D coming at you on this Wednesday with I almost said Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Not anymore. Dungeon of the Mad Mage with the Shadow Crew. So that's going to be super cool, and I'm excited for that as we go on. All right, with all that said, let me get rid of that, and let me turn on that. There we go. Oh, I thought that got shifted. I was like, my camera looks weird. Now it's all fine. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Good to see you all. It has been chilly out here in the Northeast United States, but hey, it is January, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. I would rather have that than have some kind of weird things going on. But it is time for some D&D with viewers, and it's time specifically for this. Now, I want to explain a little bit. You might remember that we spent the first 3 to 4 sessions of our last D&D with viewers playing something called Legacy of the Green Flame by Pacesetter Games. Yeah, Minnesota is even chillier. Well, listen, I believe it. But we have been sitting, though, in fairness, between like 20 degrees Fahrenheit and 27 degrees Fahrenheit for the last 4 to 5 days, which is fairly chilly, okay? Like, I agree that it's probably not, absurd 0 degrees plus, but it's still kind of cold. It's still kind of cold for us. And of course, I live right near the ocean, so it's typically slightly warmer than it would be in like northwestern Connecticut. But we've already had a couple, like the snow that's out on the ground has stayed there. I went tubing actually there. -3 to 20ish. Yeah, yeah. Well, skating weather, right? Triffid, totally reasonable skating weather. This is why the Vikings have to play indoors. But I get it. It is super cold. I imagine in Minnesota. Yeah, sure, exactly. Perfect skating weather if you want to become the icicle, I suppose. But so I want to talk a little bit about why we're choosing to do this one. So we were playing Legacy of the Green Flame, which was again by Pacesetter Games, which is the same company actually that did this one. But the reason that I made a decision to switch it was I spent a lot of time, and in fact, I was going to be going live around 9:30 tonight after family stuff, and then I ended up having to wait a little bit longer. I decided I just don't think the adventure is good enough. And by that I mean there are just too many quality assurance problems with it. I talked about this a little bit, how elements of the map in the book do not match up with the actual entries, that they're supposed to correspond to. And I was looking through the second part of the adventure, and there were some really cool concepts to it. It goes in sort of these very crazy, significant places. But as I was looking at it, I was like, there are too many things that I was like, wait, this doesn't connect to this. And I was like, well, I guess I can make this connective tissue of this to this to this. And then I just started to be like, you know what? Like, I've been GMing for many, many, many years, a lot of decades. I have a lot of experience. I can certainly do it. But there's a certain point where I'm like, I just don't want to have to do all of this extra work based upon the fact that the game itself just isn't put together well. And I was disappointed about it, honestly, because Into the Unknown I thought was a pretty well-rendered and pretty coherent D&D adventure. I mean, there were, little minor things here and there, but for the most part, I think it was well put together, and I was excited in principle, but it just felt a little rushed to me, quite honestly, with production. And so I was like, you know what, I don't want to keep doing this because I'm going to have to continue to keep making all of these like on-the-fly adjustments that are going to be frustrating and slow me down and slow us down, and I just don't think it's good stream work. So instead, I have decided to do this. Now, Up the Beanstalk, I backed their Kickstarter, which is the third one of theirs that I supported, because I really liked this conceptually in terms of what this adventure is doing. And I took a look at it, and I think that the QA on this is better from what I can tell. I guess we'll find out. Either way, it is a shorter system, or shorter adventure, I should say. And once we're done with this part of the adventure, then I may go back to the more traditional D&D with viewers of actually playing D&D and bringing people along for the ride. So I'm thinking that that's probably what I would do in a couple of months, which is the next time that we would stream. Well, I don't know that we're going to finish this tonight, but when we finish this, the next session after that, which would be about a month and a half later, or 2 months later, I would probably then go back to D&D with viewers regular. So we've got a lot of D&D for you coming up. We've got a lot of other tabletop games coming up as well. I may announce, I'm thinking I probably will officially announce the full cast for and game of the upcoming tabletop game, which will be coming in after we finish Beowulf. Tari and I should be finishing Beowulf this month, and so launching in February will be the new campaign, and I am looking forward to talking about that. We are already well into progress with that. We're going to be doing a session 0 later on. The only one who knows this officially completely is Triffid, who is sworn to secrecy until I reveal it to the masses. But anyway, so I am. That's basically the deal with that. But I am excited for this. I do think that this is going to work out well. And what we need to do is we need to pick a character. Now, I normally in the past, there have been times where we've actually built our entire character from scratch. But I think to save time, I am going to eschew that system, and instead we are going to make a choice, make a vote, if you will, between pre-constructed character options. Secrets are fun, right? They really are. Okay, so I'm going to head over to reveal. There we go. This looks slightly empty at the moment, but it's not going to in just a minute once we come up with our sheet. So I am going to put up what it is that we would like to do, and I'm going to, let me see, I have to just find my window. Okay, here we go. What character should we play? Now, these are all level 3 characters. Character should we play? These are all level 3 characters, and they are as follows. We've got a Dragonborn Sorcerer that is, again, level 3. We have a Drow Rogue, level 3. We have a Dwarf Cleric. Now, remember, we're mostly going to be playing this without other people alongside, without other characters alongside. So you need to think about characters that you think are going to be more self-sufficient, theoretically. Half-Elf Bard, level 3. We have a Halfling Monk, level 3. We've got a Halfling Rogue, level 3. A Half-Orc Paladin, level 3. High Elf Fighter, level 3. I see it. I need more choices, I see. Okay. It's going to look weird on screen, but don't worry. I shall address it soon. Let's see. Okay. High Elf Wizard, level 3. Human Barbarian, level 3. We have a Human Cleric, level 3. Now I'm starting to wonder if I should have chosen the species first. Human Druid, level 3. But I will make this a multi-option, so this will work out. I'm gonna compress this if I can. Oh, I can't compress it. Well, okay. You know what then? I'm gonna have to do this differently. Okay, we're gonna have to do this differently. All right. Okay, Halfling. Let's move that up there. Okay, we're going to do a Halfling. And what we'll do is if this gets picked, we'll actually choose which this actually works out to. High Elf, Fighter, or Wizard. Human Barbarian or Cleric. Or Druid, actually. Or Fighter. Or Paladin. Tiefling Warlock. Okay, I got it. I got them all. Or a Wood Elf. Ranger. Okay. So now, let's drop that down to 10. Lovely. Okay. Hey, Prince Justin. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Okay. So here's how we're going to do this, folks. I know this looks a little weird, so just bear with me as I fix this on your screen. Okay, so what you can see above you, or see right now in the chat, and actually, can I move those polls? Maybe I can move that poll thing up a little bit, just for this. Yeah. There we go. Great. Okay, so here we go. So we have right now a choice of a Dragonborn Sorcerer, a Drow Rogue, a Dwarf Cleric, a Half-Elf Bard, a Halfling Monk or Rogue, a Half-Orc Paladin, a High Elf Fighter or Wizard, a Human Barbarian Cleric, Druid Fighter or Paladin, a Tiefling Warlock, or a Wood Elf Ranger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and I would like you folks to vote for 2 of these choices, okay? So you get to vote for 2. $ vote space, the one that you want. Now, if you vote for one of the ones that has multiple classes listed, if that one ends up being one of the ones that wins, we will break it down further. So in other words, if number 8 wins, right, Barbarian, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Paladin, those will all become separate choices from which you may choose, okay? So I'm going to take, let's say, the top 4 vote getters here, and then we will narrow it down further. So Dragonborn Sorcerer is $ vote space 1, Drow Rogue is $ vote space 2, Dwarf Cleric is $ vote space 3, Half Elf Bard is $ vote space 4, Halfling Monk or Rogue is $ vote space 5, Half Orc Paladin is $ vote space 6, High Elf Fighter or Wizard is $ vote space 7, Human Barbarian Cleric Druid Fighter or Paladin is $ vote space 8, Tiefling Warlock is $ vote space 9, and Wood Elf Ranger is $ vote space 10. You can vote twice for these. So if you vote twice for these, you vote for 2 different choices, and then the top let's say 4 choices, I'll narrow it down, and that will give us a lot more to work with in terms of, rather than giving you 18 different options that you have to choose from, okay? So please vote for your top 2 characters that you would like to play. These are all pre-generated, and they're all level 3, okay? They're all level 3 characters. And Prince Justin, those of you who just came in, by the way, the reason that we're doing D&D with viewers up the Beanstalk rather than Legacy of the Green Flame that I mentioned at the very beginning is that I just decided that I just don't think Legacy of the Green Flame is good enough for us to play. And I don't mean that to be harsh. I just don't think that it's credible enough because the QA wasn't good enough. As I was going through prepping for what we'd be doing today, which is one of the reasons that I was a little late, by the way, I just kept looking at it and being like, hey, Wispy Song. I kept looking at it and being like, this isn't right. Like, I'd have to make these changes and fix this and do this. And like, at a certain point, I was like, God almighty, man. Like, I can't. I just decided I did not want to go through the extra work it was going to involve to try to fix up the connective tissue, as it were. And so that's why we decided to do what we're doing. Up the Beanstalk, I think, is a little bit better, but we shall see. Yes, votes are completely spread. We do have a couple people who want to be Dragonborns, but... Okay, so what we're looking for is the top vote getters here. The top 4 vote getters are going to make it into the finals. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to eliminate 1 or 2 of these if I can. So if you haven't got your vote in already, yeah, listen, I have a player that I played with once, Prince Justin, who played a Dragonborn, I think a Dragonborn sorcerer also, and he had a T-shirt that said "Because Dragonborn, that's why," and it just had like a symbol of a Dragonborn head. Like, I get it, you know, like I get it, I understand, I follow the logic, so I totally get it. So I will take the top 4. I might even, depending on what we look like here, I might even take the top 3 vote getters. So again, you can vote for 2 things. So if you haven't already done so, you can get your votes in here. $ vote space 1, it would be the Dragonborn Sorcerer. Right now, $ vote space 5 is the Halfling Monk or Rogue. $ vote space 6 is Half Orc Paladin. $ vote space 8 is Human Barbarian Cleric Druid Fighter Paladin. $ vote space 10 is Wood Elf Ranger. So please feel free to get your votes in. Dragonborn are cool. Yeah, I do not deny it at all. I do not deny it. And if you need to change your vote, understand. If I absolutely have to, what I might also do, because this isn't hard to do, I might just cut the ones that don't get any votes, and then we might do it again and see if we can narrow it down further. So I might actually do that. That's possible also. So I will last call this. Last call, last call. Going once. Going twice. Alrighty. Okay. So we're going to clear the Drow Rogue. We're going to clear the Cleric. We're going to clear the Bard. We're going to clear the High Elf. Let's move these up here. Again, thanks to Effect Life for making this 10 times easier than it used to be. Okay. Yeah, but that's okay. That's because people are just filtering in, so that doesn't surprise me. All right. So now what we're going to do, oops, and nothing for the Tiefling Warlock either. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this again. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to look for, again, you can vote for 2, I think. No, you know what? Let's vote for 1 this time. And we're going to reduce the number of options to, not 18, God help me, 8. Okay. I'm going to open this again. All right. Now you get to vote for your top choice. Okay. So you get 1 vote only. $ vote space 1 is Sorcerer, Dragonborn Sorcerer. 2 is Halfling Monk or Rogue. 3 is Half-Orc Paladin. 4 is Human Barbarian, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Paladin. 6 is Wood Elf Ranger. Now again, if you choose the number 2 one, which is Halfling Monk / Rogue, that means that we will then have a separate vote to decide whether you're going to play the Monk or the Rogue. Okay. Same thing if we do the Barbarian, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Paladin. That means we would have a separate vote to decide which of those that we're going to play. But otherwise, I'm going to take the top 2 vote getters. If I don't get 2 vote getters and I only get Dragonborn Sorcerer, well, then that'll make it super easy. So, let me know. Let's figure that out and we'll work it out together. We got 2 votes for Dragonborn Sorcerer right now. So 1 vote only. 1 ping only, Vasily. 1 vote only, please. And thanks. Exactly. Vote with your heart. Vote with your heart for what you believe in. Okay. Last call, last call. Get your votes in. If you would like to play one of these characters, get your votes in. Right now, Dragonborn Sorcerer is winning, but get your votes in. Please and thank you. Oh, I just realized I can't use what I was going to use for that. But that is okay because instead what I'm going to do is open it with this. Okay. All right. Going once, going twice. Dragonborn Sorcerer it is. Hey. All right. We are going to play a Dragonborn Sorcerer. Oops. Because Dragonborn. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to bring up my handy dandy window capture that I have for this exact purpose. As soon as I find it. There it is. Okay. So, there we go. All right. So, now what I'm going to do is just going to do a little quick capturing here. And then we're going to meet our hero, so to speak. Okay, and I need to make one adjustment because I was using something different for this. So bear with me just a second. Okay, there we go. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, so here we go. And let me actually just, hold on. Let me make one further adjustment. Not with that, with this. Okay, good. That looks good. Okay, so this is our Dragonborn Sorcerer 3, and we do have to think about names, which we'll talk about in just a second. But this is our Dragonborn Sorcerer 3. We can make the Dragonborn male or female, or non-binary for that matter. So what we have to do here is figure this out. So what it explains is that you are a ferocious wanderer of the untrodden wilds. Okay, we wander the untrodden wilds. That's what we do. We see some trodden wilds, and we're like, we go to the untrodden wilds. All right. We are a survivor who regularly constantly test ourselves against the dangers of the wild and conquers. Despite our self-sufficiency, we have tired of a life alone. I think I can understand that, right? Like, I think it's reasonable to have to tire of a life alone. Our clan is far, but these companions are the closest thing to a tribe. As long as they can prove themselves worthy of our company, we will travel with them. So we have the following things. First of all, we have an excellent memory for maps and geography. We can always recall the general layout of terrains, settlements, and other features around us. In addition, we can find food and fresh water for ourselves and up to 5 other people each day, provided that the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth. We once ran 25 miles to warn our clan of an approaching threat, and we would do the same again. I agree. To dishonor ourselves is to dishonor the clan. Our clan is the most important thing in our life, even when they're far from us. And the flaw is that it is nature's way that the strong survive and the weak perish. We got to get a little more understanding, okay? Okay. We have silver draconic ancestry, so we have a cold breath weapon, which recharges after we finish a short or long rest. Use our action to exhale cold energy in a 15-foot cone. We have dragon ancestry, so we double proficiency if we run into dragons here. We'll see if we do. We have draconic resilience, which is good. We have spell casting. We know Blade Ward, Mage Hand, Ray of Frost, True Strike. We also know Chromatic Orb, Magic Missile, Shield, and then we have a second level 2 slots of Blur. We have 3 sorcery points, so we can play around with sorcery things if we need to. We have a quarterstaff. We've got a dagger. We've got a dart. And then, as you can see for equipment, we have a quarterstaff. We have 20 darts, 2 daggers, explorer's pack. We have a drum crafted from a bear's skull because, if we want to untrod these wilds, we have to make sure we're doing it to a beat, okay? A beat from a bear's skull, super metal. Hunting trap, component pouch, including a 50 gold piece diamond, potion of healing, traveler's clothes, and a belt pouch. Now, the one thing that we don't yet have, though, is we don't have a name. And so we need to think about a name. So I will take nominations right now for a name for our character. What is our character going to be named? Is our character going to be named? Give me some suggestions for female or male or non-binary or non-specific names. We have Argenta. Anastasia. Is it Anastasia or do you want it to be Anastasia, Wispy? Because the traditional spelling is Anastasia, but you mean Anastasia? Anastasia? Okay. Anastasia. We've got Dofria. Ooh. Dofria, nice. How about, no problem. How about Dragonia? No, I'm just kidding. Smoget. No, no, it's just kidding. Can you imagine? Or just straight up smog. It's not a violent, we're not breaking, the Tolkien estate should not come shut us down. It's just smog. It's just regular. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Okay, Argenta, Anastasia, or Dofria. These are 3 good choices. All right, others going once. Only 1 nomination per person. Going once. Going twice. Smog, legally distinct and non-binary. Exactly. Legal has already confirmed. Okay, here we go. Argenta, Anastasia, or Dofria. Please put in your votes. $sign vote space 1 for Argenta, 2 for Anastasia, 3 for Dofria. And then we will get rolling. While you folks are doing that, I'm going to add a couple of musical tracks here. I think. Yeah. Just checking something. Hold on. Oop, nope. Let's add that. How about... Nope. Nice, but not quite right. How about this? Ooh, nice. Perfect. Okay, great. Wonderful. All right. Let's get a little bit of music going. Okay. I see that we have a tie vote. We have exactly a tie vote. I see. We will need someone to break this tie. And don't feel forced to change your vote. I know that Prince Justin in the past has always been generous about changing the vote when needed, but I don't want Prince Justin to always have to do that. So, but feel free to change your vote if one wishes to do so, okay? And or get your vote in if you haven't voted yet for either Argenta, Anastasia, or Dofria. Also, am I pronouncing that right, Prince Justin? Is it Dofria, as in like Dauphin? So Dofria, or is it Dowpria? Damn it! You changed, Prince Justin. I specifically said you don't have to do that. I went out of my way to be like, you don't have to do that. All right, as long as you're not feeling like you're being pushed into it, okay? I see. So we've now tied it up again. So now, if need be, now we can head back. Now Prince Dustin can go back. Everyone is just too nice to each other. That's the problem. Everyone is too generous. This is, by the way, this music is reminding me of the opening to... You could have different opinions about what you think about this movie. Okay, Wispy, someone's not changing. But I think the trailer for Man of Steel remains, in my mind, the greatest movie trailer ever. That's how good it is. And this music is what they have. It reminds me of this piano music at the very beginning. I know the movie itself has some problems, but I still maintain that wasn't Henry Cavill's fault. All right, we do need someone else to be able to change votes. So does that mean... So, Prince Justin, do you want to go back? So maybe you should go back. Maybe you should go back to Dofria now. You know? See, now... Because now we have the one that was voted. All right. I'm glad about this because this means that Prince Justin gets the vote that should be... It should be suggested. All right, Dofria. And... Dofria wins. Congratulations. Okay. Let's see. Now, can I... Let's see if I can write on this. I'm using a tool that... the Dragon Spear let me know about, which is super useful. Can I edit this? Okay, wait. I'm gonna open this up in something different then, because I want to be able to edit it on the fly. Thank you, everyone. That was very heartwarming. Creator? Nope, that's not it. That's not the one. Nope. How about... Doc Tool? Let's see. I want to be able to... edit. That's what I want to be able to do. Haha, I did it. Yes. Okay. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Outstanding. Oh, beautiful. All right. We got it. We got it, people. Okay. Now. Yes. I agree. I called my congresspeople this morning, and my congresspeople are all pretty good on this stuff. Like, Himes is the ranking member of the Armed Services, I think, and came out with a very strong and definitive statement about how this can't be allowed. And Murphy, Senator Murphy, is excellent senator. And Blumenthal even is good on this stuff. So yeah, but I still left messages, and we won't discuss it here except to say I'm with you. I agree, and that's one of the reasons I was looking forward to doing this tonight. Not because why aren't you doing? But it's important to you got to be able to also take some breaks and kind of recognize some good in the world with community that we possess. Because my goodness, man. Okay. I mean, it might be, but it doesn't matter in a way, because whether it is or not, it's an insanely illegal overreach. So, I mean, it may or may not be a distraction. I don't even know that he knows what's going on. It doesn't even matter at this point. But I'm going to get into that right now. Except to say I agree, Trivid. I'll just say that for now. Okay, so we have got our... Oh, that's right. I did this so that I could write in text. Okay, we're going to add text here. And it's going to be... Let's make it... I should do this out of respect for Prince Justin's update. Asimov, I should do. Well, how about we don't do that, though? That's absurd. No. Distant Galaxy. How about Cracked... What? Some of these names, man. Okay, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So... Oh, I see, Wispy. I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize. You were agreeing, and what I ended up doing was being like, yeah, because of this thing, and then I made it more of a distraction myself. My bad. Isn't this cool? Look how good that looks. For 3 seconds of time. So this is Dofria. Again, I want to give high credit to... this is, in case people are curious, this is PDF24. This is an open source program. This is easily the best PDF editor I've ever run into, and it has the added benefit of not being Adobe, which if you know, right? If you've ever had to use Adobe. So this is great, and extra credit to Dragonspear, who is the one who told me about this. PDF24, PDF24. It does everything. It edits, compresses, mixes, matches and everything. Very, very cool. So highly recommend. As you can see, my trying to do that on other editors was just so hokey. But this one, 1 to 34 were awful. But PDF 24, PDF 24 is open source. And I like open source stuff anyway, but especially when it's good. All right, so there we go, Dofria. All right, we are ready to go. We got our level 3 going. Yeah, 1 to 23 were terrible. Exactly. All right. Well, we are here, folks, and so the time has come for Up the Beanstalk. All right, everyone put your thinking caps on, and let's get ready to have some good distractions in this case. Chapter 1, Humble Beginnings. Today is the 4th Sunday of June, 3E904, 24 years after the fabled Jack went up a mysterious beanstalk that sprouted overnight. On the anniversary of this day every year, brave adventurers ascend the stalk in an attempt to return Jack to his home of Farador. However, in recent years, fewer and fewer adventurers have ascended the stalk for one simple reason. None have returned. You see, Farador is a rather uneventful realm. Aside from a dark wizard who attempted to destroy the entire city of Mackendire, the threats that face this region range from wild boars to orcs exiting the mountains to the east. So when a grand adventure, such as climbing to the clouds, presents itself, the heroic types generally stand at the ready. Last year, not a single adventurer ascended the stalk. Jack's mother still lives in the shabby old farmhouse that both she and Jack once dwelt in. Over the years, the friendly citizens of Farador have pitched in to fix it up for her. Jack originally meant to sell their mightiest cow for enough gold to make the repairs. All they received in return was tragedy and sorrow, and magical beans that then grew into a giant beanstalk. Story sounds familiar. While her son has been missing for nearly half a century, Jack's mother still encourages heroes to ascend the stalk and bring her boy back to her before she moves on from this world. Every year on the anniversary of Jack sweeping himself into a grand adventure, his mother hosts local citizens of the realm to cheer for the heroes who ascend the stalk. This year is our year. That's right, it's our year, chat. We have been preparing for this quest for a good long while now, and we finally find ourselves ready and encouraged by our fellow countrymen to be the hero that this realm and mother needs. Maybe not the realm and mother deserve, but it's the hero they need. Okay. All right, Chapter 2, Up the Stalk. The thick scent of freshly cut grass fills the air as you summit a small hill looking over the Cullfield farmstead. It was on this farm 24 years ago that Jack, the giant seeker, accidentally spread some magical beans, causing a massive beanstalk to grow from the ground and touch the clouds. Rumor is, once the beans met the wet soil from a rainstorm the night before, Jack was swept up by the stalk and laid upon the clouds for his new adventure to begin. Other rumors tell a different story. One rumor heard depicts Jack being charmed by a forest hag who meant to rid the region of a resourceful, strong young man who had hopes of becoming the strongest adventurer Farador has ever seen. Another patron in the Sword and Spell Tavern swore they heard Jack left on purpose, that he had been plotting the entire things for months and was too scared a little boy to admit to his mother he wished to live among the clouds. No matter the story, Jack's mother has remained convinced for 24 years that her son needs saving. You are the brave hero who aims to we are the brave hero who aims to complete this quest for her. We begin descending the hill and arrive at the farm. Already a great many locals, likely around 100 to 150, have gathered here to cheer on the hero who ascends the stalk. And today, that hero is us. A hero is us. Even as you are still a few hundred feet away from the festivities, children run over to you, handing you a variety of different flowers. Roses, sunflowers, and lilies are now bundled in your arms. The natural smell of the flora nearly overcomes that of beef in the air. You turn to find a cow is being roasted over the fire, surely a symbolic offering to Jack's original adventuring companion. However, your attention is quickly diverted by an older human woman tapping you on the shoulder. She softly says, "The eagles warned me of a hero like you. It's nice to meet you. You may call me Jack's mother, or Dorothy if you like. I wanted to be the first to thank you for having the courage to ascend the stalk. I do not have much. However, various guilds in Mackendire offer me care packages for adventurers who bravely lay their lives on the line for my sons. Please see me again before you ascend so that I may get you sorted." All right. So here we go, chat. First real vote of the day. And that vote is, what should we do? Should we investigate the cooking cow? Should we ask a local for advice? Should we see Jack's mother for the care package? Or should we ascend the stock right away? All right, chat, get your votes in. $ vote space 1 means we investigate the cooking cow. 2, we ask a local for advice. 3, we see Jack's mother for the care package. 4, we ascend the stock right away. Get your vote in. Let's see what it's going to be. I like this. Can we get a sound effect for cooking? How about this? There we go. Just want to make sure we got that cooking cow music in there, you know. All right, let's see. So we have 3 votes. All right, we're going to last call this. See Jack's mother for the care package. All right, all right. I respect it. I respect it. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Suddenly had a terrible flashback to Santa Claus versus the Ice Cream Bunny, the worst movie I've ever seen. Oh my God, really, Trippin? We watched, I think I talked about this, we watched, as is tradition, the Mystery Science Theater 3000 of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, which is truly terrible. It's so bad, it's good. So bad, it's good. I have never heard of Santa Claus versus the Ice Cream Bunny. That sounds truly bad. All right. See Jack's mother for the care package it is. All right. You make your way over to the quaint farmhouse Jack's mother still calls home. There is a cobblestone porch that extends around the front of the horse just before the door. Jack's mother sees you approaching and motions for you. As you are within a few feet of her, she taps the chest on the rounded lid and says, "Oh, dear, I apologize, but I must tend to some other guests. Please take what you wish from the chest ahead of your journey. Word around the farm is you're the only hero this year, so take anything you need. I apologize to inform you that a wild boar made off with a grappling hook and rope I fashioned together. Well, less made off and more so a miscalculation on my part. I don't throw like I used to. The darn thing might be behind the barn. He likes to stalk around for loose pets. See me by the stalk once you are ready to ascend." Okay, so you may add, what you find in here is there is a potion of healing. Okay. Second potion of healing. We have got a quiver filled with 20 arrows, which isn't going to do us much good because we don't have a bow, so never mind. 5 days worth of rations. Okay. And a tinderbox. 2 torches. Whoops. Partridge in a pear tree. There we go. Jack's mother is rich. Well, okay, now, all right, so we have seen those places. However, 2 other choices now that we have done this thing. Do we want to begin our ascent up the stalk, or attempt to retrieve the grappling hook from the wild boar? What do you think, chat? Could have made that just a one other, actually. It's a masterpiece compared to that, jeez. Okay, so beginner ascent up the stalk, or, that's $sign vote space 1, or attempt to retrieve the grappling hook from the wild boar is $sign vote space 2. Wild boar, never lose it. Wild boar, wild boar. Vicious mockery. We want to viciously mock the boar. You're not even a real pig. What? We're really going to bring home the bacon on this quest. How dare you? Yeah, fine. Ham it up. Okay. Last call, last call. We have 2 votes for attempting to retrieve the grappling hook from the wild boar. Going once. Going twice. All right. We're going to go get that grappling hook. So, let's see what we get. It's called Against the Boar. Oh, sorry, Prince Justin, but you would have voted the same way, so it's all good. Okay. Hopefully the boar will give up the hook easily. It would be dreadfully horrid to be maimed just before a heroic adventure. You set your eyes upon the large red barn placed to the northwestern corner of the farm. It is tucked a bit away from the party, so it's unlikely a commoner could be caught up in the skirmish. Just like Jack's mother said, you turn the corner to set your gaze on the backside of the barn, and right at the forest line about 20 feet in front of you, you plainly spot a wild boar. However, what she did not account for was the fact that it is tethered to a tree. It seems the boar tangled itself with the rope extending off the grappling hook. Be wary, the boar is only tied at the waist. It seems to have plenty of range of movement regardless of being tied to a tree. All right, so here are our choices. We can use animal handling to, let's see, attempt to set the boar free and steal away grappling hook. You got that. We could do a speak with animals, which I don't think we have the ability to do. No, we do not have speak with animals, so we can't do that. We could attack. Or, now that we have laid eyes on the poor beast, leave it alone and return to the party. All right, Chow, what's it going to be? Do you want to try animal handling, attempting to set the boar free and steal away the grappling hook and rope? Do you want to attack, or do you want to leave? Now, on the animal handling front, as a reminder, animal handling is a wisdom check, and we have wisdom +1. We are not proficient in that check, so it would just be +1. So we would be, if we do the animal handling, that's wisdom based. So $ vote space 1 is animal handling. They're asking for a DC 15 animal handling. So we would need to roll a D20 and get a 14 plus 1 to be 15 to get it. 2, $ vote space 2 is attack. $ vote space 3 is leave. What say you all? What should we do? $ vote space 1 animal handling. Try to set the boar free and steal the rope and the hook. $ vote space 2 is attack. $ vote space 3 is leave. What should we do? Wispy thinks we should attack the poor innocent boar. Prince Justin thinks we should set the boar free and steal from the innocent boar. All right. 1 vote each right now. Okay. Harder but more palatable. But not as delicious. Sorry. Too soon. But not as scrumptious. No, just sorry. Last call. It's very chill, this music. It's very much like, you know, we'll do something a little bit more upbeat when we actually start moving. Right now it's very like, I expect someone to be like, you are sitting at the edge of an ocean. Breathe in. Feel the waves moving in and out. It's a little bit too meditation app maybe for this. Okay. Going once, going twice. Animal handling it is. Okay, so since we have decided upon animal handling, that means it's going to be our first die roll of the night. So let me get that going up here, and there we go. Okay. All right, so we are going to need to, I would need to ask if someone would be so kind as to volunteer to roll dice. You can do that in the chat by doing, I believe it is $roll space 1d20 plus 1. $, and so don't everybody do it. One person has to volunteer to do it. Otherwise, it's going to get confusing. $roll space 1d20 plus the symbol plus 1. And that will give us our animal handling check. Who would like to volunteer? Who's it going to be? Who wants to volunteer? Who can I volunteer for this position? I'll roll this time. Thank you, Prince Justin, so much. All right, let's see it. I have confidence. All right, Prince Justin is going to start out. We may be able to switch around if we need to. All right. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. 13 plus 1. Oh, man. Very, very close. Nah, it does say 15, though. I'm not missing anything, am I? Wisdom is plus 1. Does not have proficiency in that skill. Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Not your fault. I meant to. Well, listen, a 14 is not a bad roll, though. I mean, that was a tough check. Okay, so we have failed. We failed. We will find another way. Which my players of the 13th icon will love. I am so excited for that, Prince Justin. It's going to be great. Cannot wait for that to get launched. Slowly you approach the boar. It begins to grunt and posture in an aggressive manner as you get closer and closer. Undeterred, you continue pressing forward, hands and palms out and wide open to show no threat. As soon as you're within 5 feet of the beast, it lurches out at you, but it's quickly swung away by the rope going taut. The boar snaps and bristles even more aggressively at you. If you want this grappling hook, you're going to have to fight the beast for it. All right, so our choices are real simple, chat. $vote space 1 means you attack the boar. $vote space 2 means you leave. What's it going to be? Very simple binary choice. $vote space 1, you attack the boar. $vote space 2 means you leave. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Wispy says we must attack this boar. All right, we got one vote so far. $ vote space 1. We have attacked the boar. Other choices? Excuse me while I use my Christmas present of a convenient back scratcher. So glad I got this Christmas gift. Whew. A highly useful gift. All right, we got $ vote space 1, which is attacking the boar. 2 is leave. It's tight. It's tight vote. It's tight vote. Who is going to break this tie? Who is it going to be? Who will make the decision? Last call. $ vote space 1 is attack the boar. $ vote space 2 is leave the boar. $ vote space 3 is be the boar. No, I'm just kidding. I made that one up. It's just those two. $ vote space 1, attack the boar. $ vote space 2, leave the boar. All for a grappling hook. Get your votes in now, everybody. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Waiting to gather some more people together, so we will get more people in here over time. But first, we need to decide whether we're going to attack or leave the boar behind. Last call. This next vote, whatever the next vote turns out to be, is probably going to change it. Attacking the boar. Going once. Going twice. All right. Triffid has made the decision. All right, the time has come. It is time for us to... This was great. I appreciated this. Good music. We'll come back to it at some point. But for right now, we need some combat music. So let's see. How about... let's get some combat music going here. There we go. Boar tied to tree will just starve to death. Yeah, it's merciful to the boar. That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right, here we go. So, let's see. We need that grappling. I mean, you know, it could very well be the case. Okay, who is going to roll for this combat? Last time Prince Justin did. Prince Justin or Wispy, is someone willing to roll for this combat? And if so, I would need you to roll, please, initiative. Which at the present time, initiative would be D20 plus 1 would be initiative. Okay, Wispy. So you know how to do it, right, Wispy? $ roll space 1D20 plus 1. Almost. Well, first of all, it's $ roll. It's yeah, $ ROLL, and then space D20, and then plus the symbol plus 1. There you go. Did we do that right? Oh, roll 2, 1 plus 1. Oh no. Well, that is definitely legit. But sadly, I have a feeling that my roll for this is going to be a little bit better, but let's see. right, do we have this bestiary? Hang on a second. Okay. That is definitely an initiative roll. All right. Let's see. Now, the good news is the boar is slightly reduced in power because of the fact that it is tethered up. So the boar starts combat 5 feet away from you, but it may not venture further than 30 feet from the tree, and it is currently 15 feet away from the tree. So if I roll d20, 19, yeah, it is going to go first. All right, so let's see, 5 feet away. All right, let's see. So, Tusk. All right, so it rolls a 4. So it completely misses. I also critically missed here. So see, it all worked out. It was just fine. Okay. All right, now it is time, and I guess, Wispy, since you started, we can keep going. Now we have to decide what we want to do to attack it. Now, we have a couple of options here. We could attack it in melee, or we could hit it with cold breath, although that seems a little early, or we could Ray of Frost it. We have a couple of options, basically. So, and we have options, but let me just put down the options that I think. If someone sees one that they're like, no, why don't we do this? You can tell me, but otherwise, let me do which ones seem to be the most logical one. Attack with a quarterstaff. Attack with a dagger. Attack with a dart. Or, let's see. Cast Ray of Frost. Or the classic cast Magic Missile. Oops, sorry, I never closed that one. Sorry about that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. So, $ vote space 1, we attack with quarterstaff. That's in melee range. 2, we attack with dagger. That's also in melee range. 3, we attack with dart. That's a ranged attack, so we would back up. 4 would be casting Ray of Frost. That would also be backing up and then doing that. Ray of Frost. 5 would be the range on Ray of Frost is 60 feet. So you could back up out of the way and then just basically hit it from a distance. Honestly, we could just constantly Ray of Frost it and it would totally be safe. I mean, it's slightly cheesing it, but whatever. Or we could cast Magic Missile, which obviously... Yeah, I mean, hey, Excel, we could just back up and just be like zap, 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 you know? And it costs no spell slots. Exactly. Exactly. All right, so last call. Extra cheese for me. What's up, Dragon Spear? How you doing, man? All right, Dragon, we are about to attack a boar with a Ray of Frost. I think we're all on board with this. Going once, going twice. Bacon-wrapped steak. All right. Here we go. So Ray of Frost time. Okay. So for the Ray of Frost, what we're going to need to do is we need to make a ranged spell attack. Now, a quick look at our features will say that we have +5. Okay. So we're going to do D20 +5, Wispy, please. If you could roll D20 +5, we're going to try to hit this boar. So D20 +5, if you could roll that in chat, Wispy, please. 9. Okay, so 4 + 5 is a 9. I don't think that's going to be enough. Let me just confirm. That is not enough. The boar shrugs it off. All right, so the boar is now going to make its attack. It's all right. We're getting the not-so-good rolls out of the way. It's all good. It's all fine. Okay, it's going to attempt to attack with its tusk, but it misses again with a 7. Okay. Unless Chad has an objection, I'm going to suggest we Ray of Frost. Actually, wait. It can't even hit us because we backed up out of the way. I forgot. So, honestly, it just can't hit us. Yeah, well, Magic Missile, of course, automatically hits. Ray of Frost does not automatically hit, but it's a cantrip. So actually, Wispy, since the boar is, like, stuck, you could just basically Ray of Frost it. So just keep Ray of Frosting it. Yeah. So go ahead and do that again, Wispy. Is it cheesy? Yeah. What we're doing is we're freezing the meat for later consumption. It's the safe play. We're preserving this meat. Okay? Know what I'm saying? So same roll again, Wispy. Please. Preserving it for later use. Like 10. We're getting closer. 5 plus 5. Yeah, we're getting closer, but we have not hit it yet. It's not quite enough to hit it. Go ahead and roll again, though, Wispy, because what it does is it's like... Right. That's right. Right, Excel, but because the Ray of Frost is a cantrip and doesn't cost any spell points, there's really no reason not to just keep Ray of Frosting it, you know? 18. All right, there's a hit. Okay, so now I need you to roll a 1d8, please. Roll 1d8 for me. So $ roll space 1d8. No modifier, just 1d8. Incidentally, in a video game, if I found a way to cheese something, would 100% do that. It's dangerous enough out there. We're about to climb up a beanstalk trying to save Jack. We need a win early on here. And if we were playing a melee character, we wouldn't have this option, so... Roll to 3. Okay. So we have done 3 points of damage. Okay. All right. Go ahead and now try to hit it again. Again, doing a hit again with a ray. It zaps into its side. Right, but it can't move right now, Excel. It is only able to move up to 30 feet from the tree before the tether that's like wrapped around it stops it. So we are basically, and the Ray of Frost is 60-foot range. So we just backed up and we're just firing at it. 11 will hit. It has an AC of 11. So 11 will, in fact, hit. So go ahead and roll your damage, Wispy. Yeah, this clearly feels to me like we want you to get this grappling hook, but we don't want to make it, just give it to you. So that's what it feels like. 5. Okay, 8 points of damage total. Starting to look pretty messed up. It looks pretty hurt. Go ahead and fire away again. It's also moving slowly. Oh, I see what you mean. Minus 10 feet because of the Ray of Frost. Yeah, it's doing that even more so. Oh, yeah, it's going to keep trying, but it can't get to us, according to at least what this does. 19, another hit. Outstanding. Okay, let's roll damage. It's like trying to get to us. And it's been also killing all the pets. 4 points of damage. The Ray of Frost hits it in its side. The boar... and then falls over dead to the ground. From the bushes, Mrs. Boar runs over, sobbing. Ah! Little boar runs over. Little mini pig. Mom, why isn't Daddy moving? Well, son... I'm just kidding. None of that actually happens. That doesn't happen. This boar, which has been killing innocent pets, has been defeated. All right, a new title has been unlocked. We are now Swine Slayer. And also, we are successful in our quest for the grappling hook and have a new meal to offer to the common folk who have gathered to watch our ascent. So, we now have... grappling hook and 50 feet of rope. Okay, let's see. And Swine Slayer. Yeah, I was going to say, all pigs will remember that, right? That's going to be the way this goes down. Okay. Our powerful combat, which mostly involved us staying out of range or just shooting at it from a distance, comes to an end. Okay, we go back to what we were doing there. Right. Okay. So now we go back to area 1. All right. So our choices are as follows. We've now gotten the care package, and we have 3 other options that we can have at this point. The options are as follows. We could investigate the cooking cow. There is a cooking cow on a spit. This is just before we leave to go up the Beanstalk, by the way, for those of you who came in a little bit later. So we could do that. We could ask a local for advice, or climb the Beanstalk. We got the care package and we got the grappling hook. So what do we want to do? Swine Slayer. He's the one with a butcher's touch, a magic touch. So yes, $ vote space 1 means we investigate the cooking cow. $ vote space 2 means we ask a local for advice. $ vote space 3 means we climb the stalk. So get your votes in here. I sense a meat theme. I know, I was wondering the same thing. Maybe that's just at the very beginning. We climb up and there's more meat, or, you know. All right, 2 votes for cooking cow, 1 vote for local for advice. Going once. Tied up. We have investigate the cooking cow. We have ask a local for advice. A mead theme. No, not a mead, sadly. Sadly, dragon. Only a theme of meat at the moment. Although I've never had mead since I don't drink alcohol. I wonder if you could just have mead. I guess, could you have a non-alcoholic mead? I guess you could, but it wouldn't taste very good, would it? I don't know what a non-alcoholic mead would taste like. Go the cow, we can have a meat cute. All right, we need 1 vote to break this tie. $ vote space 1 for cow, 2 for asking local for advice, 3 for climb the stalk. Let's get this last vote in, folks. Even the game is breathless with anticipation. What's it gonna be? Okay, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? We have a tie vote here. We need someone to break this tie. Investigate the cow. Ask a local for advice. What do we think? What do we think? Let's get that 1 vote in if we can. All right. Wispy has changed to vote 2. Ask a local for advice. Going once. Going twice. Okay. We are going to ask a local for advice. Many of the locals seem to be occupied setting up for the day still. However, 2 gnomes, one bald and one with brown hair down to his shoulders, rest upon a stone bridge that branches over a small creek on the western side of the farm. They seem... Oh, sorry there, dragon. They seem a cheery duo to approach as they are already enjoying a mug of ale each. As you approach, you hear one call out, "Ha! Hoo! A hero we have! Come to climb the stalk, but best not squawk! Hee-hoo-ha!" They laugh as you approach. However, as you get closer, they sit up properly and wipe the ale from their upper lip. "All right, Jax, what you give the odds on this one? 4 pedals up, then chickens out, one heckles with a joking tone. I give him 6. This one looks promising. Might win the bet with Old Man Pritt this year, responds the other. Where have our matters gone, Jax? It's nice to meet ye, adventurer. My name is Bry. My name is Bry. That's B-R-I, pronounced like burr the cold followed by your eye. Bry. And this is my orphan friend I found on the streets, Jax. The only one who'll be one with the streets this week is you, ye old fool. Passed out face down, I'd presume. My name is Jax, adventurer, and I had a perfectly well-to-do upbringing far in the country away from any streets. What can we do for ye? You have met 2 new friends. You may ask them... Ooh, is there a picture of these? There is a picture. Hang on just a moment. I shall get you that picture now in just a second. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I have a different I have a different one here. I have a different picture here than I have in the PDF. Interesting. All right, that's okay though. So I will show you all the picture. Let me go up there. Those are the 2 guys right there. Okay. So, you may ask them a few questions relevant to your upcoming adventure. The first one is... Oops. The first one is, you could ask them about the stalk. Have any heroes perished before reaching the clouds? The clouds, who, if anyone, lives among the clouds? Or the foes, are there any enemies among the stalk? So, let me pull out my polls thing. What should we ask? And so, should we ask about the stalk? Should we ask about the clouds? Or should we ask about the foes? All right, get your vote in, chat. $ vote space 1, we ask about the stalk. 2 is the clouds. 3 is the foes. Okay. Got to vote about the stalk. We got to vote for the foes. All right. We have a tie vote right now. 1 vote for the stalk, 1 vote for the foes. Get your votes in now. Okay, we have a tie vote. We have a tie vote. We do need someone to break this tie. $ vote space 1 will be the stalk. $ vote space 2 will be the clouds. 3 will be the foes. All right, we have 2 votes for the stalk. All right, we're going to last call this. Going once. Going twice. All right. So we asked the question, have any heroes perished before reaching the clouds? And it says, many times, but more recently that we can remember. They usually make a big splat on the ground just over there, replies Bree, motioning towards the roped-off area around the stalk. There seems to be around 30 feet of space carved out around the stalk that no one may sit or stand on. Just hang on tight. You might want to find a grappling hook. It could help, Jax adds. A grappling hook and rope could surely aid any adventurer in climbing such a height. There may be a patron who could provide you with one. Haha, we already have one. Joke's on the game. We already got that covered. Okay. All right, so we did that. All right, so now the question is... the clouds of the foes, chat. $sign vote space 1, we ask about the clouds. 2, the foes. Got 1 vote for clouds, 1 vote for foes. What about the foos? We do not have... sadly, we do not have that dragon. We're going to have to go with foes instead. Or even the fries. Don't have that either. All right, 1 vote for the clouds, 1 vote for the foes. Let's get these votes in. Let's do this. That would have been my typo. All right, let's get this other vote in, chat. What's it going to be? Clouds or foes? What is it going to be? Anyone? I'm going to last call this. Need someone to get that tie broken. I'm not wearing a tie. Dragon, you could, your breaking a tie would definitely throw us off from your normal pattern, If you want to keep people guessing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not a broken tie either, exactly. It's true. Going once, going twice. Okay. The clouds it is. Good play. Classic play of the clouds. So, who, if anyone, lives among the clouds, we ask? It's hard to say, really. Anyone or anything. Actually, this is Jax, I think. Perhaps a bird or two could fly up on occasion, but it's dreadfully far for food from them, so likely not many. Cloud giants could live up there, but who knows which part of the world they choose to dwell in. Last I heard, there was a colony over the Titan Wastes, and that's miles from here. And hey, they're friendly folk most of the time. You have hopefully nothing to worry about. You have, hopefully, nothing to worry about, exclaims Jax, though him murmuring the hopefully under his breath does not invoke confidence. Giants? No one said anything about giants. Miles away sounds fine, though. Fine enough, though. All right, and last you ask about the foes. Those pesky robins are always nipping at our bread. Doubtful they fly so high into the clouds, but if you have food, watch for birds, replied Bry. Oh, and the mountains began to rumble again. Probably just shifting around after being so lazy. Shouldn't be anything. Bry seems to lack assurance on this matter. However, conjecture is always worth noting. You thank the two friends for their assistance, and you return to the Beanstalk. All right, chat. Now we have 2 choices left, because we've done everything else. So, the choice is $sign vote space 1, we investigate the cooking cow. $sign vote space 2, we climb the Beanstalk. What's it going to be? Investigate the cooking cow is $sign vote space 1. Climb the Beanstalk is $sign vote space 2. Okay, we have 1 vote for investigating the cooking cow. 1 vote for that. Ms. Justin also wants to investigate the cooking cow. Going once. Going twice. Okay. All right. The cow it is. Ever since you summited the hill overlooking the farm, your stomach has been screaming at you to investigate the local grub. You scan the area to find that indeed... Well, this thing goes back and forth between claiming it's a pig and claiming it's a cow. Pretty sure we're going to say, Craig. A cow is about to be roasted over a fire. With urgency, you walk over to the cow to find that a man and a woman are tending to the roast. However, they are mid-disagreement as soon as you walk over. The man turns to meet your eyes and then says, "Well, let's see what this one thinks." "Really? You must drag a stranger into this?" the woman retorts with an impatient tone. However, before she addresses you, a smile overtakes her stern scowl. She turns to you and continues, "Well, good afternoon, dear. My husband was just telling me how big of a waste an entire cow is to be fed to our friends." "That is not what I said. The sages say winter will be long this year, and I mean to get my family through it, alive," the man snaps back with his sharp tone. "The fifth layer of hell will thaw before we starve. Tradition must continue. Wouldn't you agree, stranger?" the woman asked confidently. You prepared for a great many things, but saving interpersonal relationships was not one of them. All right, whose side should we be on, chat? Should we? Are we on the husband's side of the dispute? The winter will be long. There's no sense in further wasting good meat on a dying tradition. Are we on the wife's side? Tradition should be upheld to nourish the spirit of a community, even in the most trying of times. Or do we wish to donate 5 gold? The core of this argument is to make ends meet. We donate 5 gold pieces to the couple to cover the cost of the cow and other supplies for the winter. So, do we side with the husband, the wife, or donate 5 gold? $ vote space 1 is the husband. $ vote space 2 is the wife. $ vote space 3 is 5 gold. Oh, that's a good question. You can't donate your girlfriend, Dragon. I can't believe you'd even think of it. Let's see. Let's say 15 gold. It doesn't say. Oh, discuss it with her. Let's say 15 gold. We have 15 gold. Let's say. In fact, I'm going to mark that down. All right. Oh, I see. So $ vote space 1 means we side with the husband, do not slay the cow. $ vote space 2 means we side with the wife, keep the tradition going, slay the cow. $ vote space 3 means we donate 5 gold to cover the cost of the pig and other supplies for the winter. Okay, we're going to last call this. Oh, wow. Thunder. Thank you very much for the raid, Tendercia. Sorry, I need to put that over there. Thank you so much for the raid, Tendercia. I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our D&D with viewers as we are playing Up the Beanstalk. We are just finishing up one thing before we're about to climb this. And yes, it has been a long time. How have you been? Happy New Year. I have not seen you for, gosh, a very long time. How you been, Tendercia? And what were you doing? What were you streaming today? A tarot stream. Ooh. I see. Were there any what was it a general stream for chat, and like was there good news to be had or bad news? He said wonderingly. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Okay. Last call. Okay. A lot of good ones today. Boy, that's good because in the world today, there were not a lot of good ones. So I'm glad to hear that it was. That's awesome. That's very cool. Have you done that for a while? Have you been doing tarot streams for a while and I just didn't know? Okay. All right. So we are going to donate 5 gold. Offer up the boar's roast. I know, right? Okay. Even though this may not be your place, you hate to see two people arguing over a problem you could so easily solve. For what is good gold if not to be shared with your fellow countrymen? You explain that you have been blessed with the opportunity to help and that you would like to donate 5 gold pieces to the event today. Immediately, both adults give up their positions of confrontation to endlessly thank you. A cow roast will go on in your name. Additionally, they will tell their children of the hero who lent them some gold when they needed it most. Thanks to you, the people of Farador will continue their tradition. You will be the first to eat once the cow is ready. However, to get ahead of it, please note down 15 temporary hit points. You are considered very well fed. Damn! That's like more hit points than we actually already have, isn't it? No, not quite, but still. 15 temp hit points. I love it. Since October, that's awesome. That's very cool. All right, we're going to put this up here. $15 temp hit points. Nice. All right. That's exactly what I was thinking, Prince Justin. I was just thinking the same thing. All right, chat. We have done everything else, so it's time to climb the beanstalk. Let's do it. For those of you who have not seen this before, I think Ted Dorsey has seen me do this before, but if you have not, we vote collectively as a chat for things that are happening here. The deal is that Jack went up this beanstalk how many years ago? 24 years ago. And Jack's mother continues to believe that he needs to be saved. And so we are the only hero this year who have decided to go up the beanstalk. No one else has ever returned. So we are going up, but we did get successfully a grappling hook and rope. We are a dragonborn sorcerer called Dofria. And we are going to climb this stalk. So please stick around and play with us. Let's do it. You came to the farm with one clear mission: climb the beanstalk. That you intend to do now. It's been a hot minute since I've gone up the beanstalk. Wait, is your name Jack? That's not true, is it? Is your name actually Jack? Okay. For a minute, I was about to be like, whoa, we have celebrity in our midst. I was going to say, I thought I would know that. Okay. You walk over to the base of the beanstalk. There's about a 30-foot radius that is roped off so that no commoner stumbles into an adventure of a lifetime. Well, not again, at least. Just as you approach the rope, Jack's mother calls out to you, "Oh, honey, wait, I'll be right there." She hurries over to send you off, along with the rest of the folks who have gathered on this anniversary. The crowd begins to cheer and roar as you walk with Jack's mother to the very base of the stalk. Now that you're closer, you see many dents and rivets in the stalk, likely from the adventurers before you attempting to secure footholds. Every 10 feet or so, there seems to be a pedal to leap up to. The pedals seem sturdy and secure in their place in the beanstalk, so they'll be a great assistance during your climb. After your brief assessment of the adventure ahead, Jack's mother begins a speech. "Citizens of Farador, this humble mother accepts a new adventurer for the cause on the anniversary of my son's disappearance. I'd like to start by thanking you for departing on the journey ahead. Many brave heroes like yourself have ascended the beanstalk. Know that if you return with Jack and any other adventurers, you'll be greatly rewarded by the city of McIntyre and the people of Farador. Until I croak, I'll host this fine occasion to bring my son home. We do not know the perils you'll face in the clouds, but endlessly and eternally thank you for volunteering yourself to save my son's life. I know he's up there. I know he's living. I can feel he has not left this world. Go and find him. Bring my son home." The crowd erupts with cheer. Some toss flowers at your feet, some pray to the one, and some look away, for they do not desire to watch another adventurer fall. Don't fall. All right, let's do this. You avert your gaze to the sky, which is not really what that means. The Beanstalk towers over the realm more menacingly than before. Miles and miles of distance lie between you and the clouds, where you can only assume the true adventure begins. First things first, reaching the clouds. You feel you are prepared enough to venture forth, so you do. The first petal raises off the ground just a few feet, so beginning the journey is not very difficult. In fact, many of the petals that follow the first are close together, allowing for a smooth initial climb. You climb for what feels like hours. Though you have made progress, you wager you're only a few miles up from the ground. You look back up towards the clouds, slightly daunted by the journey yet ahead. Luckily for you, the petals are relatively secure, so sleeping upon one of them is not the worst idea. However, your contemplation is ended by the sight of a swarm of birds forming nearby. For a moment, their song lulls you into a false sense of reality. How beautiful are these birds in their home sky? This reality quickly fades as you realize they are aggressively diving upon you. That's right, you're being attacked by a swarm of ravenous robins. All right. So the time has come, chat. First, we need to roll initiative. Who wants to do that here? Who wants to roll for initiative? And you can do that by rolling in chat, but first you have to tell me you want to do it so we don't have like 30 people rolling. Who would like to roll this time around? Robins, not ravens, robins. Very important. All right, so Wispy is rolling initiative. We have rolled a 4. I feel like this is familiar. Okay, hang on a second. This is a new monster, by the way. New to this adventure. Swarm of ravenous. See, again... Again, now, it's okay. The reason I stopped playing the last one because there were too many mistakes, but these guys really have to do better with this. It says, swarm of ravenous robins. I turn to the back, and it says, swarm of ravenous ravens. But down below, they said it was robins. So, I'm going to assume it's robins, because I just, come on. Ugh. I should just offer. I should be like, listen, can you folks throw me? I know some people who could use some editing work. Could you throw some people some work? You know, we can get this edited. Robins, yeah, they can be cute, but not ravenous ones. We're going to say robins. All right, so the robins, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to be like that, but like this, the last adventure that we gave up on because there had been so many freaking errors that it became hard to follow, like what was actually happening. So for this one, I was like, it seemed like there were fewer. I still think there were fewer, but okay. So let's see. We've got that. All right, so they are going to go first. All right, now what it says is that the petal that we're currently on counts as a 5-foot space. So we must battle the birds in a stationary position so as not to lose your footing on the stalk. It also says that if you have rations on your character sheet or in your inventory, which we do, if the swarm is unharmed, we must throw 5 days of rations to send it away. If the swarm is half health or below, only 3 rations are necessary. So as of right now, we have 5 rations on us. And we are well fed because of the whole situation with the cow. So we have 5 days worth of rations. We could throw those away. We do have the ability to find like berries and nuts and stuff, but we're going up to the clouds. So I don't know if we're going to have any access to that or not, to be perfectly honest. So I'll throw this up as a question, first of all, which is a simple question. $vote space 1. Should we throw our rations at the swarm of ravenous robins to make them go away, or should we fight them? So $vote space 1 means we throw the rations at them. $vote space 2 means we fight. $1 feed, $2 fight. And I could see this going either way. Thank you, Tinderzia. You're all like, we're not get millions of breadcrumbs for defense, but not one for tribute. That's actually a good line. That sounds like a promising line. Millions of breadcrumbs for defense, brethren, but not one for tribute. All right, 2 votes right now. All right, do we have other votes coming in? $ vote space 1 to throw the rations at the robins and make them go away. $ vote space 2 means that we fight. We will not be able to ray of frost our way out of this one, I'm afraid. This is going to have to be close proximity because we have a 5-foot thing that we have to fight within. All right, going once. Fair enough, fair enough. That's fair enough. I like the fact that I just want to point out to everybody that we are more concerned about making sure we preserve food for the trip ahead, which I agree with, than staying safely on the beanstalk that we're now like 3 miles above the ground. I find that very funny. All right. Okay. The time has come to fight. Okay. So they're going to attack first because of initiative and all that stuff. With their beaks. They rolled a 20, not a natural 20, though. All right. Hit. Is 2d6, 5 piercing damage. Fortunately, though, we have 15 temporary. So we have 10 temporary hit points left. It's okay. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, could be. All right. So now we have to decide what we want to do. So we have a couple of choices here. Because we have to fight basically in this stationary position, it means that we're going to have to use close-on stuff. Now, we are a sorcerer, so we do have a couple of options. We have got Ray of Frost, we've got Chromatic Orb, we've got Magic Missile, we've got Shield. So we could do any of those things. So basically what I will say is attack with Quarterstaff. Attack with daggers, that's both melee. We could also Cold Breath, which is 15-foot cone. Everyone in the area has to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. So we could do that. Recharges on a short rest. We could Cold Breath them, or we could cast Creature within range. We could probably do that because of what they are. All right. There we go. So $ vote space 1 means we attack with a quarterstaff. $ vote space 2 means we attack with our daggers. $ vote space 3 means we use our cold breath. $ vote space 4 means Ray of Frost. $ vote space 5 means Magic Missile. You'll be happy to know also that because this is a swarm, it's going to operate as a constituent creature, which means there's going to be one saving thing for this. All right, we're going to last call this. All right. Going once. Going twice. Cold breath it is. All right. They're going to have to make a Constitution saving throw. And they are actually -1 for that. And they did not make it at all. All right. So roll 2d6, please, Wispy. 2d6 damage. Let's see how much we hit them for. Seven. All right. So that knocks them down. All right. I love it. Okay. All right. Now they are going to... Okay, they're going to roll a 14, which is just enough to hit us, unfortunately. All right, so 7 points of damage. That brings us down to 3 temporary, but we have still not been hit ourselves. All right, so now this is no longer an option because we have used it up until we get a short rest. So now we have the following choices, chat. $ vote space 1 means we attack with our quarterstaff. In case you're curious, that's +2 to hit, 1d8 bludgeoning. Or we could attack with our daggers. That's +3 to hit. It's 1d4 + 1 piercing. I will tell you, because you would see this, that they are resistant to bludgeoning and piercing and slashing. So it's only going to do half damage to them if we hit with melee. We could Ray of Frost. That's normal. Or we could cast Magic Missile, which will automatically hit. So we could do that. So $ vote space 1 is attack with a quarterstaff, 2 is attack with daggers, 3 is cast Ray of Frost, 4 is Magic Missile. Ray of Frost is a cantrip, so that doesn't cost any spell slots, but Magic Missile will do more damage. All right, it looks like everyone is in favor of Ray of Frost. All right, in that case, something there is that doesn't love a wall. It's time for Frost. All right, so Wispy, I need you to make a ranged spell attack, which, if I am correct, I believe spell attack was D20 plus 5. So roll D20 plus 5, if you would. D20 plus 5. Ugh. 7. 7 is not going to hit, I'm afraid. That is okay. It's all right. It's all right. We'll be okay. We'll make it. 13. That is not enough to hit. They miss us. All right. So, back to the same scenario. All right, chat. Here we go again. They missed us, so that's good. So, attack with quarterstaff. That's $ vote space 1. $ vote space 2. It's 25. 2 plus 5. $ vote space 2 is attack with daggers. $ vote space 3 is cast Ray of Frost. $ vote space 4 is cast Magic Missile. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I think, exactly, given the resistance, I think attacking with a quarterstaff or daggers is a fool's errand. I think that either Ray of Frost or Magic Missile is the way to go. I agree. That breath weapon was a good call. I think that was a good way to get things started. And the key is to try to get him to half health and then make another decision, so. Okay. Last call, last call. Going once. Going twice. Sold. All right, Ray of Frost it is. So, go ahead and make your attack, please. A 12 is just enough. That will hit. So now you can do damage. And Ray of Frost, I think, is 1d8, I believe. Oh, no. Wispy, I recommend that you play the lottery after this because you're getting these ones out of the way. Okay. All right. They are now going to attack. They miss again. So, okay. I'm gonna say, unless Chad has an objection, I think you should. It seems like Ray of Frost seems to be what you want to do. So we have hit him a couple times. Let's see if we can hit him more. So does Chad have any objection? Is everyone cool with us continuing with Ray of Frost? Prince Justin like rolling Wispy song. No objection? Okay. If someone does, they can mention it to me and we can have it to a vote. But assuming we don't object, then okay. So then go ahead, Wispy. Let's do the D20 plus 5. Let's see if we hit him. 17. There we go. That's what I'm talking. Now we're cooking with gas. Now let's roll the 1d8. Five. That's much better. Okay. So so they are now below half health. So what I want to ask is, I'm going to give one other option now. We've decided we're not attacking with a quarterstaff or with daggers, so we can get that out of the way. So now there is another choice, which is now that they're below half health, we could throw 3 rations now to make the rest go away, because they're now below half health. So we could throw 3 rations, or we could cast Ray of Frost, or we could cast Magic Missile. They will do less damage if they hit us now, but they could still do damage. So, $ vote space 1 is throw 3 rations. $ vote space 2 means we cast Ray of Frost. $ vote space 3 means cast Magic Missile. What's it going to be? Okay, we have a vote for throw 3 rations. Mainly for game flow. That's fair. That's fair. All right, going once. So I'm going to last call this, but other people get your votes in. We have 2 votes for throw 3 rations. You could cast Ray of Frost or Magic Missile. And you would still have rations left over. That's true. Good point. That is definitely true. All right, going once. Going twice. Okay. All right, 3 rations it is. So that means that we now have... We only have 2 days of rations. But I would say that's better than getting hit. We even still have a few temporary hit points left over. So I think that's probably a wise call, to be honest. I think that's a good decision. Okay, let's... Okay. Bye-bye, Rocking Robins. Okay. So you have won. The day continues to progress as normally as can be. The sky is clear and bright blue, and you haven't fallen to your death quite yet. You continue climbing up the stalk for the next few hours, only broken up by a strange occurrence. The stalk begins moving. Rapidly, the stalk itself begins to ascend towards the clouds. So quickly, in fact, you must grab hold of something or be thrown off. Okay, so we can roll either an athletics check or a strength check, but it makes more sense to roll acrobatics because of dexterity. Although we are proficient, though. We do have a proficiency in athletics, so we get +2. So actually, the athletics check makes more sense. So, because +2. So, all right. So could you roll for us, Wispy? Assuming anyone has an objection, we'll have Wispy continue to roll. Wispy, could we have you roll D20 +2 to see if we make our athletics strength check? I I think that's like the third critical fail so far. It has been something to watch. All right. Now, there is good news, though. Your last-ditch effort to grab hold of a sturdy part of the stalk is for naught. You lose your balance and begin falling back towards the ground you once set up from. However, if you have the grappling hook and rope from Jack's mother, you may use them here. It is a one-time use item that will save your character's life. So, we are okay. The grappling, thank goodness that we got the grappling hook, though. That would have been a problem. Woo! All right. You're able to secure yourself just enough to not be thrown off by the unnatural event taking place. After you find your footing, you're able to realize the intense speed at which you are traveling. Even in the last few seconds, you have covered hundreds of feet and the climb continues. After a few moments, the stalk settles into a state of inactivity once again. You look up and down to realize the majority of the distance has been made up just now. The sun is beginning to set. However, you think you can make it to the clouds before nightfall. With renewed vigor, you continue climbing the stalk. The clouds are not out of reach anymore, and you intend to reach your destination so you may finally rest. But your climb is interrupted by a loud screech. Your stomach drops as you quickly turn to find another bird of prey is swooping to attack. We must roll for initiative against the Bloodhawk. Oh man, the Bloodhawk. Bloodhawk time. Too many goddamn birds up here. Okay, it begins the encounter 15 feet away, flying over 1,000 feet up from the ground. So let's get an initiative roll, please. D20 plus 1, I think it was, we said. If you would, Wispy. $21. Ah, this time we got a critical success. All right, the Bloodhawk. Ooh, you know what I should do, actually? Is, here, let me do something to add a little bit of, so we know what it is we're battling. All right, here's what you're fighting, chat. All right, we are fighting a Bloodhawk. Let's see if we can defeat this bad boy. All right, he is not particularly, does not have a lot of health, so that's working in our favor. All right, he is, however, pretty dexterous, so let me get that going there. 17, that is not enough. Looks more Phoenix or Rock. Yeah, it does. It's true. All right, so now the question is, yeah, what are we doing here in terms of, stuff? So it is, we have Ray of Frost, whatever, so we could, this time we have to fight, so. Okay, so again, we have attack with quarterstaff, attack with daggers, the old reliable again, or magic missile. He's 15 feet away, so since we're going first, we can hit him with one of those ranged things. So what do we think? $ vote space 1 is attack with quarterstaff. $ vote space 2 is daggers. $ vote space 3 is ray of frost. $ vote space 4 is magic missile. And we have at the present time, we've got 4 slots, so we'd be using up one of the slots. Okay. Magic missile for when you absolutely positively need to not miss. Oops. All right. We're going to close this. I'm not even going to bother to keep it open for longer because its chat is clear. I agree with this call, by the way. All right. So, on a magic missile, nice thing about the magic missile is that it automatically hits. So it is, I think it's 3d4 at this slot. Yeah. 1d4 plus 1. Okay. So what I need you to roll for me is 3d4 plus 3, Wispy. That's what we need. 3d4 plus 3. Eight. 1 plus 2 plus 2. So that is actually, plus 3. 1 plus 2 plus 2 and then plus 3. Right, okay. So that actually is enough because it only has 7 hit points. So, kablam. We just wipe it the hell out. Nice hit. I think that was a good call. We don't want to be dealing with those guys when we're up here necessarily. So I think that's a wise decision in my view. Okay, so we just zap it out of the sky. Kablam. All right, we are successful. Where are the eagles when you need them? Another bird slain. You look away as it plummets towards the ground, nearly out of your view after just a few seconds. Yeah, it only had 7 hit points. So, once again, you switch your gaze to that above you. You were almost there. Tired, annoyed, and a little beat up, you continue the last leg of your climb. This time, nothing eventful transpires. You approach the last petal. Once upon this one, you'll be able to peek your head through a small break in the clouds to lay your eyes upon what is above. Mentally and physically, you prepare yourself for the last bit of this part of your journey and take the last leap to the final petal. Carefully, you sturdy yourself upon the final petal, inches away from gazing at what lies beyond. You peek your head through the clouds to find life. Mountain ranges, dense forests, and even a village not too far from where you are now, all reside upon the clouds. Inspired by what is to come, you must, mentally, get your head out of the clouds. What happens next? Adventure. Perhaps the village has a room for you to stay in if the residents are friendly. Would you like to approach the village? Rest. You must rest as nightfall is nearly a few minutes away. You could set up camp here upon the clouds. Or you could remain by climbing back down the stalk just a little bit, preferring to rest for the night upon a petal. So, chat, what are we going to do? Do we want to... adventure? Go to the village in the clouds. Rest on the clouds. Or remain. Rest on the petal. Basically, rest on the beanstalk, I think is the best way to put that. What do you think? $ vote space 1 means you adventure, you go to the village. $ vote space 2 means we rest on the clouds. $ vote space 3 means we remain, which means we rest on the beanstalk. What would you like to do, chat? All right. Ah, people want to adventure. All right, all right. Going once, going twice. Now, just so that everybody knows, I don't know that you're going to be able to rest in the village, hopefully, but you don't know for sure. I'm just letting you know that I don't know either. Like, I'm not sure. All I know is what is given before me. So I do not know. That's fair. That's fair. All right, going once, going twice. Adventure it is. You have come too far to stop here. There's a village not far from your view, and you intend to reach it. You step up onto the clouds to find that it feels nearly exactly like the grass below on the surface, aside from the unfamiliar fact that there is a slight bit more cushion to your step. You collect yourself and your belongings and set out on your next phase of the adventure. However, we have to mark down 1 point of exhaustion. Now, we can get exhaustion back on a rest, but that one level of exhaustion will be important because that gives us disadvantage on ability checks until we can figure out how to get through it. So, we have, after all, just climbed a beanstalk for the last 6 hours. Yeah, not great. We're going to need to get some rest, sort of fundamentally. All right. That brings us to Chapter 3, which is Among the Clouds. And by the way, my plan tonight, in case people are curious, my plan is to play about another half hour. So hopefully people can stick around until about 12:30 a.m., which is about a half hour from now, give or take 5 minutes, but somewhere around there. I will say I'm enjoying this a lot more than Legacy of the Green Flame because I was having to do so much work to fix mistakes in Legacy of the Green Flame. Here it's just been a couple of typos, so much better. All right, a new adventure has met your horizon. You've climbed many miles to reach the clouds, and now that you're here, it does not look all that different. Looking straight ahead in the northern direction, you spot a massive mountain range towering well over 20,000 feet tall. Nestled at the base of the range is a large and dense forest. The only oddity that stands out is a large cottage located on the edge of the forest line, directly north about a mile away. You do a full turn to take in the east, south, and west directions. Nothingness. Simple cloud floor, which feels oddly like a spongy type of carpet. Your attention is brought back to the mountain range. If Jack had ventured into the nothingness, he would surely be lost to the ages. Before you adventure on, there's a chance of a random encounter. Please make a percentile roll. All right, so what you need to do here, Wispy, is I need you to roll a 1d100. Okay, roll a 1d100. We're going to see if you have something you have to deal with. We're going to find out. A 13, okay. Your calming scan of the new horizon is immediately broken up by a battle cry. You hear a loud, guttural scream as you quickly turn to see a hooded human leaping at you in an attempt to crush you with their maul. Well, damn. Oh, and I do have a picture of this guy. Please tell me that they have the same picture in the PDF that they have here. That'll be nice. Yes, they do. All right. Let's see. I'm going to save this as... What's his name? He is a cloud cultist. Barbarian. All right. He looks like this, chat. Let me get some combat music, and then I'm going to show you what he looks like. Seriously, like, the dude is just like, rah, why didn't you bring a housewarming gift? I guess it'd be a cloud warming gift, right? Okay, I'm going to show you what he looks like. He looks like this. That's who you're fighting. It's true. Look at that dude. He went to the mall and all we got is this lousy concussion. All right, Wispy, can I get a initiative roll, please? D20 plus 1, remember. This is a new monster. So let's see what the... Okay. Pull out the pistol and shoot him, yeah. It's $ D20. It's it's $ roll space D20 plus 1. There you go. Okay, so we're looking at a 9. All right, let's see what this guy's got. He has got a 1. An 11. Ah, just a little more. So it says that this guy is always raging. He's literally always raging. So he's resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Okay. So he is going to try to hit with his mace. 23 is definitely going to hit us. Ooh, 11 points of damage. So, now we have 3 temp that we had. I'm really glad we got those temporaries. Jeez. But, unfortunately, those things are now gone. Although we do have a healing potion, so I do want to remind everyone that we do have that. All right. So what did I say? 11, so 8. So we have 15 left. Let's say current HP 15. That's better. All right, current HP. All right, so now the question is, what do we want to do with this dude? He is resistant to that damage. So we have Magic Missile. We have stuff like Chromatic Orb. We do not have Breath Weapon, unfortunately, because we've used it. We have to rest to get it back. So we could attack with our Quarterstaff. Again, attack with daggers. Can't attack with a dart because he's right in our face. We could cast Ray of Frost again, but again, you know, you have to hit him. We have 2 slots left. Also, I have to say, we do have Meta Magic, remember, and we could technically hit him with a Magic Missile, and then we could empower the spell, and we can do that afterwards if we want to increase the damage on this dude. So we could do that. Or we could also cast, I do want to mention, we could also cast... We could also cast Chromatic Orb. We have 4 slots, so we could cast Chromatic Orb on him. And the last thing was we could also cast Blur, but Blur is the 2nd level spell, so we only have a couple of slots for that. So what do we think? $ vote space 1 is attack with a Quarterstaff. 2 is with daggers. He's resistant to those damages, though. 3 is Ray of Frost. That's a cantrip, but that only does 1d8 damage. 4 is Magic Missile. That could do up to 15 points of damage if it's maxed out. Chromatic Orb, which is, I'd have to look it up, but that's a relatively powerful spell for 1st level anyway. And then Blur obviously would make it harder for us to be hit. So, but obviously Blur is a 2nd level spell as well. And we have 3 sorcery points, which we can use to empower if we need to. Yeah. Ah, that's it. Okay. It's not an auto hit. Yeah, thanks, Prince Justin. That's right. I knew it. I didn't remember the amount of damage. 3d8. I mean, 3d8 is badass, but yes, it's not an automatic hit, whereas Magic Missile is. So, I'm going to last call this. The thing is, with Empowered Spell, I mean, again, that still doesn't guarantee that we max damage, but this guy seems kind of baller, honestly. So, I mean, I don't. If you look at him, like, The fact that he's always raging, it's just he's like perma rage, like. All right, we're going to close this down. Okay. So now the magic missile is an auto hit. So I need 3d4 plus 3, and then we'll decide if we need to use meta magic points on this. So 3d4 plus 3, Wispy, on this guy. That is a badass one. 3d4 plus 3. Now, question. So that's 11 points of damage right now. We could roll that. We could spend a point to roll that 1. I don't think we should roll the 3. But we could spend a meta magic point to roll that 1 again. And then we have to use whatever it is. Oh, that's the 2024 you can do that? No kidding. What do you think, chat? Should we spend the point? Because then we could roll it again and see if... spend the point? Yeah? Okay. All right. Since it seems like chat's in favor of that, because we'll still have 2 points left over. All right. So then, Wispy, just roll that 1, because we don't want to roll the 3 or the 4 again. So just roll that 1. Oh. Wah, wah. Oh, well. That's funny. Okay. That's all right. That is okay. We still did 11 points of damage. I mean, like, that hit him for a lot. He is very hurt now. Okay, so he's going to come in on us. $19. Yeah, he hits all right. All right, let's see. And then he's going to do... What is the amount of damage that this guy does? Okay. Nine points of damage. Okay, that brings us down to 6. However... We still have, so we have 6 points of damage that we have left over, 6 hit points left. Now, the good news is, because we're now down to, we used a magic missile, we're now down to 2 out of 4 slots. So here's the thing as we're thinking about what we want to attack him with here. Same options that we had before. I will say that he is now quite close to death. However, we still need to be careful because we've only got 6 hit points. So what I'm going to add in is... We could take a healing potion if we want to. But again, we have currently got... We have 2 potions of healing right now. We could take a potion of healing. Okay. It would be a bonus action to use it. But we would be using up one of our healing potions if we do. So the question is... So actually, you know what? I'm going to do this as a separate thing. I was about to talk about the healing potion. Yeah, let's do this as a separate thing. Let's decide how we want to attack him, and then we'll decide if we also want to do the healing potion the same turn. So we'll figure that out in a minute. First of all, let's get this vote done. How do we want to attack him? So he's very hurt. If we cast Magic Missile, it would pretty much guarantee that he drops. Because minimum, we're going to be doing 6 points of damage, even if we rolled all 1s. And that'll be enough to kill him. Because of the 11 points we did last time. So that would definitely do it. But it would mean that we would obviously be down to 1 out of 4 first level slots. We are going to need to rest at some point soon anyway, so maybe that doesn't matter, you know? Yeah, I mean, like, so there's that. So first of all, let's figure out this. Magic Missile. So again, 1 is Quarterstaff, 2 is Daggers, 3 is Ray of Frost, 4 is Magic Missile, 5 is Chromatic Orb, 6 is Blur. Okay, looks like everyone's on board. Okay, the exhaustion demands it. Getting my thinking. We need to rest. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now the question is, and this one, okay, so we're going to cast Magic Missile. Before we do it, don't roll yet. Don't roll yet. So we're going to roll Magic Missile, but don't roll it yet. First, I want to open up a binary choice, which is, do we take the healing potion, one of our healing potions, do we use them now as a bonus action or not? With the assumption that we're going to be resting right as soon as we can, but again, we have to find a place to rest. So $ vote space 1 is yes, we use the healing potion as a bonus action. $ vote space 2 is no, we do not use the healing potion. And we have 2, so, but again, we want to be careful about not using them up if we, too early. So I could see it going either way. This guy hits like a truck. That's what happens when you perpetually rage. Yeah, I mean, it might be, because we're going to take him down this turn. So it might be a waste if we, depending. No, this is our attack. I basically have just been alternating between them, starting with the attack tendency of the cultist. So this is our turn now. Like he got his second attack in. So we're gonna hit him before he hits us again. So, yeah. Otherwise this would be this would be very shaky otherwise. But in this situation, Okay, going once, going twice. All right, so we're just going to fire away. Okay, so I need, again, D3 plus 3. Oh, sorry, D3. Sorry, I did that completely wrong. 3D4 plus 3. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. 3D4 plus 3, Wispy. All right. Yeah, we narrowly obliterate him is what happens. We just blow him the hell up is what happens. Good stuff, everybody. A little scary, but we made it. It worked out okay. Worked out all right. Down to 1 out of 4 first level slots. Although we could always convert a second level slot to a first if we had to. So, okay. Woo, that was rough. But the good news is there be treasure. That was an unpleasant surprise. You approach the now still corpse of the barbarian who ambushed you. You find a coin pouch, a scroll tube, and a fine dagger on the belt of your fallen foe. What could be inside the tube? You open it to find a parchment with some writing. It seems to be orders from an individual who is not particularly well versed in the common speech. The note reads, "Day to day, stay by stalk, find new blood, bring me, you me eat today." How appalling. Good thing you dodged being the meat back on the menu. Who could have written this note? Time will tell. All right, so we got some note of someone who was waiting to ambush us. We do have some loot. We recover 15 gold pieces. So we now have 25 gold pieces. A gold ring worth 10 gold pieces. An empty scroll tube, which is the one that we just pulled the parchment from. And an ornate dagger worth 25 gold pieces thanks to some wonderful craftsmanship of this fine steel. Got some treasure. Let's just go down the stalk and blow this popsicle stand, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now we go back to the beginning of chapter 3. Now we can actually make a decision now that we got past this random encounter that we had. Okay, so here we go. There are 3 choices here, and one of these places is going to be a place presumably where we would find a chance to rest, one would hope. But it does not give us the chance to rest immediately. So be aware that I will give us an option to be able to heal if we need to, using the healing potion a little bit later on. If we don't get to rest normally, we'll see. So we have 3 choices. For those of you who don't remember, it is the cottage. Scouting the cottage for allies or enemies may be a good place to start. So if you want to investigate the cottage, we could do that. That's choice number 1. Cottage. We could go to the forest. Perhaps circling back to the cottage once some more land is explored would give the best advantage. Would you like to investigate the forest area around the cottage? Forest. Or the third option, which is to Moaning Mountains must be investigated. Go to the mountains. Okay. So what's it going to be, chat? $ vote space 1 is the cottage. $ vote space 2 is the forest. $ vote space 3 is the mountains. And as a programming note, we will play for about another 10 minutes or so. Okay. Mountains can wait. Snooze first, but pray we don't come across more cloud barbarians. I know, right? I'm telling you. All right, last call. Trust in the heart of the dice. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Cottage it is. Cottage industry, so to speak. All right. You continue forward, sneaking your way through the clouds. The journey takes The journey takes slightly longer than normal as you attempt to sneak up on the cottage, and before long, I guess, you are within an adequate distance to contemplate your next plan. The cottage is larger than any you would expect. In fact, the home stands 3 times taller than even the barn on Jack's farm. Additional aspects of the cottage are sized far larger than you were used to as well. Fencing, poles, and hooks for hanging lanterns and a moderately sized vegetable patch are all around the backside. Yeah, the editing in this is... After pondering this enigma for a moment, the answer you so deeply desire appears just before your eyes. You see a large, human-looking woman emerge from the cottage. A giant. You have heard tales of these massive folk, but you have never laid eyes on one until now. Perhaps she could be of assistance, or she could be your demise. She seems to be tending a small vegetable garden on the outskirts of her property. All right, so here are your choices, chat. You could approach her. And the answer, the thing here, it says, you did not climb miles of magical beanstalk to not meet a giant. If you'd like to approach the woman, you can do that. Or we can go back to the forest, or we can go to the forest or the mountains. So $ vote space 1 is approach the giant. $ vote space 2 is to go to the forest. $ vote space 3 is to go to the mountains. I would remind everybody that we do need to rest here at some point, somewhere. All right, Wispy's got that vote in. One would hope. One would hope. Okay. All right, last call on this one. Okay, going once, going twice. Alrighty. Approach it is. She immediately consumes you whole. Your adventure is over. Okay. Well, that's good. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't do that. Just kidding. She doesn't do that. Carefully, you approach the giant. As you are within 100 feet of the woman, she turns directly in your direction. She smiles and looks away, then immediately looks back at you with astonishment expressed across her face. Immediately, she calls out with a hushed tone, "Get inside," followed by her gaze shifting to the mountains. Noticing you have not moved, she once again calls out, "Well, if you prefer being eaten alive by giants, stay outside then." Now, you can either agree, she does seem concerned for your well-being, perhaps she does want to help. Do you wish to enter the giant's dwelling, or go to the forest or the mountains? So, all right, Chow, what's it going to be? $ vote space 1, enter the giant's dwelling. $ vote space 2, go to the forest. $ vote space 3, the mountains. All right. Last call. Going once. Going twice. All right. It is time to enter the giant's dwelling. Though you are filled with fear, you take the chance on following the giant's orders. You leap off the front lawn onto the cobblestone path leading toward the front door and hurry through the massively tall doorway and finally into the house. You look around to find a rather simple home. Some would even call it a hut. It is circular in design, with only one floor. To the right of the front door, if you are looking at it from the inside, the living quarters begin. There is a bed, a hearth, a dresser. There is a bed, a hearth, a dresser, and a lounging chair placed in front of the hearth that is directly opposite the front and only door, all giant-sized. The house continues into a kitchen area where many different plants, vegetables, and fruits can be found growing all over the walls, counters, cabinets, and floors. Shortly after your initial scan, the woman comes bounding in, the cloud ground shaking ever so slightly beneath your feet. She calls out, "No one saw us! You're perfectly safe here. My name is Leandra, and I am a cloud giant. I did not expect any new adventurers this year. I would have made you a stew. How about some bread and vegetables, dear?" Well, at least you know her name now. Do you accept her gift of food? This is a simple one, chat. $ vote space 1, accept. An opportunity to have a meal while in an unfamiliar place should not be passed up. Accept to break bread with Leandra. $ vote space 2 is decline. Taking food from a stranger in a strange place is not a great idea. That would be $ vote space 2. So $ vote space 1 is you accept the meal. 2 is you decline. Okay. Might as well save some rations. Offer her the boar. I don't think we brought the boar up with us, I think, Wispy. All right. I'm going to close this down. Looks like people are willing to accept the meal. All right. Give me just a moment and I'll have... I should have her have more of a cloud giant voice. Give me just a moment and I'll have the food together for you. Please take a seat in my chair while you wait. Leandra calls over from the kitchen, having already started putting the plate together. I would assume you have many questions. I'd be happy to answer as many as I can. However, I must leave shortly. I have some business in the village with my Stormborn cousins. Best not keep them waiting. Anyway, what would you like to know? All right, so our choices are as follows. First of all, we can ask, where is Jack? Your mission in the clouds is clear. Find Jack. 2, are the other adventurers alive? If all the adventurers before you've died, you'd like to know how and why. Oh, and finally, who are you? Specifically, why is this giant helping a human? What do you want to ask, chat? $ vote space 1 is where is Jack? 2, are the other adventurers alive? And 3, who are you? Who the hell are you? I know that you're a giant in clouds and you're dancing in the dark. Do-do-do-boo. Who are you? Who are you? How you doing? $ vote space 1 is where is Jack? 2, are the other adventurers alive? 3, who are you? The song won me over. That's what she literally is. Like, you just sort of look at her and you're just like, who are you? Who are you? Who? Pete Townsend emerges from behind you. Bam, bam. And the giant immediately is like, you know what, taking about that. Okay, last call. Going once, going twice. 2 votes for Jack, 2 votes for who are you? All right, we need someone to break this tie. Who's it going to be? 2 votes for Jack, 2 votes for you. All right, Wispy, where is Jack? Going once. Going twice. Okay. Where is Jack? All right. Ah, yes, Jack. Many have asked me this question. His captor, Blunderbore, lives in a great castle placed a few hundred feet up the mountain. He has set this trap to lure other adventurers into beating their peril. What awaits you inside the cave I know not. It's been many years since I ventured to that side of the woods. You know I have more direction than you had before you met Leandra. So now we can go to these other questions, which are... Sorry, there we go. All right. So now we have to ask $, so his captor is Blunderbore. So $ vote space 1, are the other adventurers alive? $ vote space 2, who are you? Yeah, I know, I see it. But this, as I said, this is within a few minutes, Triffid. I think this will work out, because when we're done with this session, we can do this. If she lets us short rest, then we'll take care of that, and then we'll be able to hit the ground running when we next do this. This is going much better than Legacy of the Green Flame. It's much tighter despite the deplorable editing in some spots. Like, come on, guys. One editing pass. No, I'm sure they did an editing pass, but this is why editing your own work is not... It is not it. Last call. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Who are you? You ask. I am one of the few who were born when the world was still, when the light of the world emanated from the gods themselves. The earth formed under our feet, and we watched in amazement. For many years my people lived in harmony among the free peoples under the sky. However, our people grew hungry, for the gods had favored the humans. They treated them to nourishment and care as we withered to dust. A few giants rebelled against the gods, slaughtering the humans and devouring them as an insult. The gods exiled us to the clouds, where we would always remain as punishment. Fanatics of my age foretold a prophecy in which a single giant grows so big and strong that they may break any magical barrier and release us back to the earth. I do not wish to see this day come, adventurer. You must succeed on your quest for us all. I see. All right, well, that leaves the final question, which we can ask, which is, where are the other adventurers? Yeah, that's exactly right, Triffid. Or cow to pig or pig to cow, which also happened. Okay, other adventurers. Over the years, I have seen fewer and fewer adventurers. Often they head directly to the mountain, never to be seen again. Does that help? Seems like the fates of most adventurers are found within the mountains. If you have exhausted all dialogue options, and we have, I must be leaving now. If I am late on a day such as this, I may raise suspicion. If I could ask one favor, well, less of a favor, more of a job. My flock of sheep went missing the day before last. I've sent my sentry dog Baron to find them. However, he has not returned either. Please search for him and return the flock. He will lead you to a key to open a wine cellar out back. Feel free to take a few bottles back down to the surface as a reward. The Faradorian fine dated 2E312 will fetch a nice price, or a night out. Leandra paces towards the front door and looks back just before exiting and says, You may feel free to take a short rest here. Good luck. I pray that you are the last. All right. So we can get a short rest in, and then we will talk about what we're going to do next. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not even, I'll ask if we have to, but like, I don't think anyone's going to object to that, probably. Okay. All right. So short rest is a period of downtime. So let's just take care of that. Assume you're trying to steal the sheep and attack you. That's a good question. There may be some animal handling associated with this. Let's see. All right. So she's going to give us a short rest, not a long rest, which means we don't get spell slots back. However, that's better than would be the case otherwise. So, all right. Now we are down 6 points, and we have with us, we have got 3d6 hit dice. So we can roll these one at a time. I assume everyone is going to want us to roll at least 2 to get back some of our health, and maybe 3. In fact, honestly, we might as well just roll 3, because even if we get maximum, although it's plus our con modifier, which is +2. So I take that back. So we want to roll at least 2, and then we can decide if we want to roll 3, depending on what happened, right? Is everyone cool with us doing that? Because we're taking the short rest. Everyone's in agreement. So we're going to roll 2 out of the 3d6. Roll 2 to start. Okay. Is everyone good with that? 2d6? Yes, approved. Chat approved. Oh, also hi in YouTube, Prince Justin. Okay, sounds good. All right, so Wispy, I would like you to roll 2d6 plus 4, because it's 2 per each die. So 2d6 plus 4 to see how many hit points we get back. Okay, so we are looking at a 9. Whoops. All right, so that brings us up to 15 out of 23. So do we want to use our last hit die because it will use up our hit dice before we have to do a long rest, but we then will still have our healing potions left over, and we are still 8 points below our max. So my thought would be doing D6, but you tell me, what do you think, chat? Do we roll the last hit die? Okay. Okay. Sounds like enough people are saying roll it. Go ahead. So I think it sounds like people are more or less in favor. I understand Teddersy is not necessarily sure, but so let's do it. Roll 1d6 plus 2 on this last one, Wispy. And we will have used up our hit dice until long rest, but we may be up to maximum. Oh, okay. Well, 2's not terrible, actually. I mean, it's just 1 below average. All right, so we're up to 19. Okay. 19 out of 23 is a lot better than what we would have had otherwise. Okay. Lovely. All right. So we did that. That is good. We do not have spell slots back, but that's okay. All right. So 18, right. Okay, so this is the last vote of the night. Last vote of the night, chat, is going to be this very easy binary choice here, which is, remember that they said that Blunderbore is in the mountains with Jack, but presumably the sentry dog is presumably in the forest, because the forest is around the cottage. So $ vote space 1. No, there is, you don't get exhaustion back on exhaustion. You don't get exhaustion back except on a long rest. You don't get it back in a short rest, Wispy. Sorry. We're gonna need a long rest to get rid of that. Or like if someone casts a greater restoration spell on us or whatever. But yeah, no, exhaustion doesn't clear on a short. It only does on a long. So $ vote space 1 means we go to the forest and I guess look for the sentry dog. $ vote space 2 means we go to the mountains to try to rescue Jack. So go ahead and get your votes in, chat, and that'll be the thing that we have as our save point. $ vote space 1 is forest and sentry dog. $ vote space 2 is mountains and Jack. And obviously, once we rescue the sentry dog, we can then go look for Jack, obviously. But sheep may safely graze, but let's keep the giantess friendly. Okay. Yeah, she definitely did. She definitely did. Especially after we got freaking hammered by, okay, last call, by that freaking barbarian cultist guy who was obviously sent to kill anyone who comes up the freaking thing. All right, going once. Going twice. Okay. Forest it is, which means our save point is going to be chapter 3, number 18. All right, and then I'm also going to note right, that we are Blunderbore has Jack in cave in mountains. Okay, and looking for Leandra's guard dog. Okay, what was his name? Baron. And flock of sheep. Nice. Okay. Hey, Gaia Shield. All right. So that means we are going to be heading to the forest next time. And we made excellent progress on this, folks. We got into the middle of chapter 3, and we made some good progress here. There is, by the way, a map that we use later on, but it doesn't have one, at least to begin with. So good job, everybody. We did it. We did it. That was fun. I felt much better, as I say, about that. Much, much better than I felt about where Legacy was going, because Legacy is more ambitious, but it was also just like, again, like this level of problems in terms of like QA, but with stuff that was like literally like the map wasn't working as well. So there was that. I am doing well. Thank you, Gaia Shield. Thank you. I am indeed. And yeah, let's get rid of this. I hope you were doing well also. Close. Yes. Alrighty. Good stuff. That was fun. So we will return to this in March. Bacon wrapped steak. That's right. Listen, all right. So we got a grappling hook and a rope back from a boar, right? And defeated the boar. We defeated the flock of ravenous robins or ravens, depending on which page you believe. So we did that. We defeated a bloodhawk. We defeated a dangerous barbarian cultist. Had a meal with a friendly female cloud giant. Found out that Jack's captor, Blunderbore, lives in a cave in the mountains, or castle, again, depending on what part of the book you believe. Found out that her guard dog, Baron, went looking for a flock of sheep, and we need to try to find him if we can for her. And if so, we get a couple of wine bottles. And discovered that she had been there since the beginning with the gods, and that the giants have been exiled to the clouds for their behavior, and that she doesn't want the giants to get back down to the ground. So that's the deal. So that's basically what we did. So we got a lot done. We got a lot accomplished. So I am glad about that. As I say, we will be back with this in the month after next. But for now, I do want to mention, because people are now here enough that I can make this announcement officially. I will make the announcement again on Tuesday. And I will also have some more details about a specific date. But I made a soft announcement, kind of an accidental announcement of this, but now I can officially announce it in terms of what we're going to be doing next. So we are going to be, and let me pull this up. When Tari and I finish Beowulf, which is going to be happening this month, our next session should finish it if all goes well, we are going to be starting a new game, a new campaign in February. Now, you already know that Prince Justin will be launching his 13th Icon campaign, starring himself as GM, and our own beloved Triffidy Mets, but also including Mur Lafferty and Kathleen DeVere from Loading Ready Run, and Darcy Little Badger as your other members of the cast. I'm very excited for that. It's going to be a great game. That 13th Icon is going to be launching late this month or in February. But also launching in February, I am happy to announce, which will be replacing Beowulf once we have finished Beowulf. It will feature Tari, you already know that, Tari Tunes, and will be featuring 3 other players, and we will be playing Rah! This, and in case you're like, what is that? I'm glad you asked. This is Dragonbane. Now, this game is originally a game that dates back to the mid 80s, and it was hugely popular in Sweden. But it is put out by Free League, and the reason that I have been interested in this game for a while is because exactly, you saw that Excel, the soft mention. The reason that I liked the concept of this game is that the game itself feels to me it has a certain charm to it. A little bit reminds me of like the art style of Inkel's. Originally the Sorcery game books before Inkel, but then Inkel sort of picked up on it. There's just a kind of charm to it, and I would say that it's painted with slightly brighter colors than D&D might be. That is to say, broader strokes. So it's a little sillier and a little bit more like, big swings and all that kind of stuff. And it uses its own system, which is it is a system that has D20 in it, but there are some significant changes. For example, you really want to roll low as opposed to high in this system. The other dice, especially D12s, get more use than be the case otherwise. You figure out initiative in combat by drawing cards, in this case, which will obviously abstract in terms of Roll20. So there's different ways of doing things, and I will be announcing the name of the campaign itself happening next. Exactly right. It's a good way to put it, Excel. So I'm going to be announcing it, specifically the name of the campaign, when we get a little bit closer. But I am happy to announce the players tonight. Playing in our Dragonbane campaign, besides Tari Toons, who I've already mentioned. Oh, yeah, Wispy. No, you did fine. But besides that, in addition to that, will be Tren Sparks. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly the character Tren is playing yet. I will simply say that if you know anything about Tren, and if you know about the fact that Tren constantly refers to the fact that he's a furry, you can take from that the sense that perhaps some animal character may be in Tren's future in this game. So that's possible. So Tren Sparks is going to be playing this game. In addition to that, we will be welcoming into the fold Undeveloped Bruce. Now, Undeveloped Bruce is the player, one of my players from By the Dice Roll, has played in Talisman Adventures with me, and has also been playing as a turtle green in my D&D campaign. Really wonderful player. I really like Bruce a lot, and they will be playing a character. Again, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's fun. Like, it's going to be a lot of fun. So Undeveloped Bruce is going to be playing. And just to be clear, Tari's from Germany, currently living in the Netherlands. Tren is from the Bay Area, California, in the States. Undeveloped Bruce is from Wales, lives in Wales. And our final player, I should say, is going to be the former GOG streamer Crocs. Now, sort of OGs, old school people may remember the name of Crocs, who used to stream way back in the day with GOG. Has not done that, but is also German, and is going to be joining us for this play. So we are going to have 3 Europeans, 2 Germans, and a person from Wales, and 1 Californian. So we got 1 USian, if you will, plus me. You'll have to put it with me. I will be GMing this Dragonbane campaign, and I am very excited for it. I think it's going to be, it's really fun. It's got this kind of a really fun vibe to it, and the campaign itself is a little more sandboxy without being overwhelming. It reminds me a little bit of Curse of Strahd in that way, not in tone, but in terms of like the sandboxy nature. So yeah, more ARF. Well, listen, Dragon, that is going to come with the territory, at least for part of it on my campaign. Although on this channel, not, with 13th Icon, that doesn't involve me. And my community D&D, lovely folks, the Shadow Crew with Dungeon of the Mad Mage does not involve me. So that, there's that. But anyway, I'm excited to be able to do that. So that's the announcement. Dragonbane launching in February with Crocs, with Undeveloped Bruce, with Tari Toons, and with Tren Sparks. Very excited about this. It's going to be cool. No, not exactly. 13th Icon is a homebrew campaign which is being put together by Prince Justin. I think I can say without spoiling anything that it has some Greco-Roman influences for sure. The overlay is amazing. The video is badass. I can't wait for you to see it. And Prince Justin is going to be amazing. I've had a chance to watch or to be in the green room and sort of watching as they're discussing certain things. They're going to be doing a session 0. So yeah, you're probably thinking more of 7th Age. Yeah, not 13th Icon. This is his own system or his own campaign that he's putting together. So it's going to be awesome, and I'm very excited for it. And that is going to be launching. So once we get into February, we will have Eberron, Oracle of War, which is going to be entering its final adventure by that point, its final stage, Eberron, Oracle of War. And when that concludes, probably March or April, we will be moving on to the next campaign with Infinity Beyond is Dragonlance Shadow Queen. Shadow of the Dragon Queen, I think is what it is, actually. So that's going to be cool, but that's going to be what Infinity Beyond picks up from. But in the meantime, they're finishing up with Eberron, Oracle of War. We are going to continue with Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks, which is really cool. I love that mashup, and I love those players too. That's going to be great. By the Dice Roll is going to be continuing with Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Once they finish that, will be doing my full Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. I have a full 9-part campaign now, so they'll be part of that, so that's going to be cool. And then we will have the community D, and we'll have Dragonbane, which will be taking over for Beowulf. Beowulf will be over, Dragonbane will be taking up for those. So those are the 4 that I will be personally GMing. And then in addition to that, we will have 2 more tabletop sessions on this channel, regular campaigns going on. One of them is the 13th Icon, GM by Prince Justin. And the other one is the continuing one, GM'd by Shadowed Mage, and that is Dungeon of the Mad Mage with the Shadow Crew. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be really great. I love having 6 separate campaigns, 6 tabletop campaigns on my channel is going to be great. So I'm super excited for that coming up. So that is the big announcement that I wanted to make. But now it is time for me to rise up on out of here. I am going to be back, folks, on Tuesday, and I'm going to be on Tuesday premiering Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. That is going to be the next sort of significant video game we're going to be playing on this channel. That'll be coming to you at noon Eastern, and then I'll also be going over the schedule at that time for the month of January, and then at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'll be over on GOG.com's Twitch channel for episode 503 of Pen and Pixels, and I will be playing more Breath of Fire 4. Then on Wednesday, oh yeah, Goldbox. No, we're gonna come back to Goldbox. Don't worry, XL. But I just did one a couple of games ago, or a few games ago. So I will definitely come back to them. Other ones are definitely on the docket for sure. But I'm gonna be doing Metroid Prime 4 Beyond next. Once that's over, and then so there's that, and then on Wednesday we've got Brain going to be split 6 ways. Hope to join us session future. For sure, Guy Shield. As I mentioned, I think when we talked about this before, I had all basically like streamers or previous players that I had set up that were already sort of dialed in for this, including Crocs, who himself is a streamer. So that was all. Nothing. I am bearing it in mind for sure. And Gaia Shield, I should also mention that when we finish Legacy or Up the Beanstalk, which we will probably finish in either March or certainly at the latest May, then definitely stop by for D&D with viewers, because after that I'm going to be doing a few D&D with viewers, which are the more standard like pickup games that I sometimes used to do about a year and a half ago or so, where I won't be doing the Choose It Your Adventure stuff, but I'll literally be running a couple of actual like one-shots for people. So I'll be doing some of that as well. So definitely be on the lookout for those two, Gaia Shield also. Icewind Dale Extended Edition, Enhanced Edition. I have not. I have played the original Icewind Dale, and the problem with Icewind Dale is I always got to the end of it. I think the setting is beautiful, the music is beautiful, it's a cool story, but there's too much combat, too much heavy resting, and I ended up getting to the end, and I got literally to the final boss and didn't finish it. So maybe someday I'll come back to it, but I have not played Icewind Dale 2, but the first one I did. So anyway, so that's what we've got geared up. And then, as I say, Wednesday we've got more community D&D, and on Thursday more Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So that's the deal with that. So but that's going to do it for me for tonight. I hope you like what you saw and heard, and if so, I hope you will follow the channel. I hope you will check out our YouTube with !ArvTube. Please subscribe to me over there. We are at a new record level of subscribers, so every new one is a new record. It does not cost you anything to do that, but really helps us out. Please join us on Discord, !ArvCord. Again, that is free to join. Always love having people over there. That thing has really been growing. There's always cool stuff happening on the Discord, so please join us over there. You can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Blue Sky, please follow me over on Blue Sky. Again, free for you to do that. That is my micro blogging platform of choice. And that is exclamation point ARV Sky for that. And the website for this, arvaneleron.com. Financially, exclamation point ARV Shop. That's my merchandise area where you can get cool stuff related to the channel, cool swag for you, and also stuff which supports the channel. So please do that. The Patreon is right there, exclamation point ARV Treon. I'm really trying to push that if I can. We'd love to get that back into triple digits because that really gives you stuff you can't get from subbing. You could also get stuff from subbing you can't get from the Patreon, so both of them work for each other. But the Patreon gets you a lot of cool stuff, including inspirations to help our tabletop players, and gets you, can also get you an epic character background written for you, an epic poem written about you, all kinds of cool stuff, even critiques of your writing from yours truly, if you support at a high enough level, so please do that. You can also, of course, sub to the channel by getting those custom, by doing that. That gets you those custom sub badges and emotes used here, there, and everywhere across Twitch, which you can't get from the Patreon. Again, Patreon gives you unique stuff, subbing gives you unique stuff. You can also get inspirations to help the players. That is the one overlap between the sub and the Patreon as well. On the publishing front, exclamation point Icarus is my graphic novel. Oh no, I always appreciate that, Guy Shield. Exclamation point Icarus is my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Exclamation point Library is my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment that is now sold out in print. You might be able to find one at your friendly local game store, but it's mostly sold out in print. Otherwise, I mean, it's totally sold out from the publisher in print, and even I only have my own personal copy of it left. But it is, of course, not sold out in PDF form, and the hope is that we're going to get a new in-print edition coming out this year, I hope. So anyway, thank you for those of you who have helped sell that out. And of course, Greyshade, my Greyshade IP, exclamation point Greyshade. That's Greyshade, Renegade, and Heretic, critically acclaimed and award-winning. You can get those at that link. You can also get the first two audiobooks of Greyshade, Greyshade, and Renegade at that link, done by our very own Trent Sparks. Heretic will be out early actually, it is next year now. So soon, within the next 6 weeks to 2 months, we'll have the final audiobook of the Grey Assassin trilogy out, Heretic. But in the meantime, I've already been seeing a lot of these sold, so thank you for those of you who can do that. Also, that Greyshade link will let you pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade, coming to you from Alligator Alley Entertainment and designed by our very own The Rising Tides, Brandon O'Brien. So would love to see people check that out. That game is going to be awesome. He's done such a good job with it, so I can't wait for you all to see it. It's going to be awesome. So there's that. And as always, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage. And send the message will do so for others in that situation in the future. I want to thank everyone who was here tonight. Thank you so much to my wonderful mods, Dragon Spear, Prince Justin. I know Trifity Mats was here before as well. Best mods in the business. Thank you all. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers. Thank you to Dragon, to Prince Justin, to Wispy Song. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for all the dice rolling today, Wispy. And thank you to my wonderful viewers. Thank you to Airmaster. Thank you to El Dorino, to Excel, to Gaia Shield, to Intensely Eric. Hey, Eric. Thank you to Jagtress. Thank you to Nonstop. Thank you to Dendurcia. Thanks again for the raid, Dendurcia. Good to see you. Don't be a stranger. I hope I'll see you again. Thank you to the Buttonist. Thank you to Zalvi. Thank you, everyone, for being here, both here and on YouTube. I appreciate it. Have a lovely Sunday and Monday, and I will see you folks back here Tuesday at noon Eastern for the premiere of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and in a couple of months, we'll come back to this, Up the Beanstalk, as our exploration of the clouds continues. I'll see you folks on Monday. Until then, as I always say, everyone, please be good to each other, and have a good night. Ha!